grip. Hit her with the hammer time, too legit to quit. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, girl, keep bouncing. Keep bouncing, keep bouncing. Jump, 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 jump. The Mac Daddy make it hard. Jump, 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 jump. The Mac Daddy make it hard. 88 bunny, 88 bunny. 88 bunny, 88 bunny. 88 bunny, 88 bunny. I make a bounce on those.
Yeah, that's gangster.
I'm still mad I never got my IPA beat battle video and shit.
Yo, bro, I don't even have my DVD for that shit.
Bro, you know, look.
Lost treasures, man.
Bro, it's so much shit that so many videos and shit that should have been there. This is your beat? Yeah. I remember you did this one. This was such a sweet time.
Damn, Asa.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna front. Driving through here, kind of right, like, I just passed up that cigar spot, Fanatics.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man.
But when you got off stuff, yeah. That was a whole nother time, man. Battle Dome and whatever. Rocky, I know he hated me, yo. I used to get on that nigga all the time.
Yeah, Rocky, yeah.
Rocky. I hit him up too, online.
He's in where he is?
He's in Austin, not somewhere in
Arizona?
Yeah, somewhere, yeah. He does like a comedy show, I think, or something like that. He's doing like some kind of comedy show and shit. You know what I mean? But I was like, let me look up some more stuff. Cause I know you got some shit going on right now other than the obvious. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into the intro of this, but I was like, it's only right. But I called you like the Hove of the underground beat battles and shit. Stop it, man. He's being baffled. Like, yeah, stop. Last time he sat right in this chair over here, he was just like this with his beard down the whole time.
Yo, I think I was done that day, yo. I was tired that day.
He sat there and me and Jonathan is talking while he's in the middle. He's just like, all right, he answered here and there. And
shit. I was that day was a long ass day. I think this was like my last out, and I was like, yo. And then you know what's crazy? I think once I moved my car and I went up the block somewhere, I went to Wawa and just slept in the car for probably like 4 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was that tired.
Crashed out.
Well, you was up top, but you wasn't that far. So how far away you was at that point?
Like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. You was done though.
Yeah. Like,
but that's when I was seeing you DJ at the spot.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, things like that. So I was like, well, you're around the area. I ain't think how far, you know what I mean?
I used to, yeah. Like this times after work, I'll just come over there, DJ, and then chill there for like an hour, take a nap, and I'll just drive home. You know?
Right over to my man DJ Static. Let's get it.
That shit push.
Yo, that's on the YouTube?
It's on YouTube. It's the producer lounge. I ain't hear it.
Oh, that's the joint VA.
This was last year? It said a year ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yo, I was pissed that day because they had me like go last. They had mad people.
Oh, you wanted to go be like the first three, right? Yeah, get that out the way. I know how it go.
I was pissed. I was like, yo, man.
So you had to wait for the whole show, watch niggas that you like, these niggas ain't even getting me. They ain't even motivating me to get to this.
I was tight. Be down there and everything.
So this is Nas. And you got a lot going on. So let me just start this off. I'm just playing around right here. Let me, you know what I mean? Because I got the laptop and shit, so I could just go. That was he was at, what was that? A showcase?
Producer, yeah, it was a
produce.
producer showcase.
It was a
Yeah,
showcase. It
was a
wasn't
big
a
one.
beat battle. It was a showcase. So you did like what you played like 5 beats, 5, 6 beats, some shit like that.
I had Nas on it though.
Yeah, that was I did the Nas remix.
Well, what happened is, yeah, he's one of the, and that kind of reminds me of the beat battle when, remember, they would have to give you a sample, you would have to flip it a certain way, add the acapella over it and shit like that. Because I had to do that one time. He'd be on his blend shit a lot, so he'll have a beat, he'll have his own beats, and there'll be like songs out, and he'll just like, yeah.
So I don't know so you know that Chris Brown residual joint, right?
Which one?
Residuals.
That's a song.
That's a song that's on the radio like 24.
Is it called Residuals? How the song go? What's the hook at least? It's not the one that's out right now, because that's not called Residuals. Isn't that with somebody else on it, and there's like love?
The joint that goes like, ooh, who's giving out my love? Who's giving out my love?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
So what happened with that? You did something with that?
Yeah. I never posted it though. I never posted it.
Is this?
This is why I call him the Hove, man, because he's trying to be wet.
These days on my mind, try to put a brother on my basic feeling. For 1 minute I'm rolling, then the next I'm tripping. No, somebody knew I swear she don't deserve it. It's still on my mind, she's still on my mind. Yeah, we build it up, build it up, just to let it wash up. Tell me, did I lace you up, just to watch you run away?
Okay, am I gonna get copyright strike because he's singing?
Yo, bro, at this point, that's why I do it, because it's like,
yeah, it's like, what you gonna get?
you know what I'm saying? Like, the way I look at it is nowadays, like, yo, to even advertise, like,
it's all kind of a promotion of some kind.
Yeah,
some kind of marketing of some
well,
kind.
not just that, but as a DJ too. Like, I want to play my own shit instead of just playing the original. I'll play something that people will be like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?"
And
like,
where can I get it, or where can I find it?
exactly.
And you be like, nah, this is some shit I did. And they be like, what?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. See, being an attention whore, you know what I mean? I looked up. And with that being said, you know what it is? We back. Second episode of the year. You know what I mean? A little later than usual. My brother had, you know what I mean, took some time, but it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I always say, co-host with the most, always rolling up, always smoking up the dope. 103.
Dope, man. What's good, brother?
Chilling, man. Another one.
Yes, sir.
You've been making moves, getting things done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Already active.
You know, just came back from Baltimore. Shout out to Trillmatic.
Be more. Shout out to Trillmatic.
Silver Wolf TV.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Be more thing.
Yeah, real quick.
The Miami thing.
Yeah, real quick. Early year.
South Jersey thing. Shout out to Northside Entertainment.
That's right. Shows, projects, things of that nature.
Back
though. You know what I mean? You know me. You know what I mean? Paul, P.O., whatever the fuck. You know, I don't even give a care. Y'all know me. I'm always on your screen somehow, doing something, promoting something. You know what I mean? Attention Horse podcast platform is all right here for the new year. And before we get into anything else, because we could continue to go on, you know what I mean? And before I go into the guests, of course, this is the unstoppable, uncomparable, undeniable, almighty, like the goddamn Avengers, AWP Attention Whores Podcast, episode 538.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere.
Damn.
38
yeah. 38 special.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
And the guest I have right next is my brother. one of the people I looked up to as I was coming up in this entertainment music field. Someone I knew for almost 30 years, going on almost 30 years now.
Damn, that's been a long time. Man.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes. History right now.
History.
If you want to know all the crazy foul shit I've said or done in the past, he might know all that shit. He might know all that shit. He and like a wise man, he stood by, looked, shook his head, and kept it moving.
No face, no case.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't know what. Nah, not him. Really? It's one person.
No face, no case.
You know what I mean? But I have one of the individuals that actually helped me in my production as far as beat making and producing music and songs. He was one of the people I looked up to when it came to that. He motivated me to get into the beat battles. He was 10 times beat battle champ or somewhere around
like
there?
11.
Huh? oh, 11.
Like 11.
12. They gotta up the ante on that shit, man. Wikipedia ain't right. They slipping.
Check the stats.
Check the stats, man. So this is DJ Static, sir. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Good. Sorry I'm late, guys, but you know.
And he's back. This is the second time he's been here.
Yeah.
This is the second time.
I'm alert this time.
He's a little more alert. Last time he was just sitting. Done. He was just like,
I was done.
What they talking about? All right, I'm gonna just stay. Like you said, no face, no case.
No face, no case. Yo. Word up.
Shit.
Just salute to everybody watching, tuning in. Shout out to everybody that's in there. Attention Horror Podcast. We here. And,
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, even like the first time you came, I know I kind of nagged you in RIP to my brother Asa.
Yeah, it was my brother.
Because it was around that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's actually his birthday about to come up in
again. Damn.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
really
I'm gonna do something special.
That's right. Shit. Damn, man.
It's crazy because he was driving around here. It was like bringing back memories. Like on my way here, was just bringing back memories.
Oh yeah, because when he was up the hill,
he
was just up the hill with me.
Yeah.
And he was there for when he first got that spot. It was some years back, and I was like, "You out here? You out here and shit?" You know what I mean? I was like,
"Shout out to his brother,
Ak, always Ak, my brother. What it be? I know he's gonna watch and see some of these clips and shit. I know. That I'll at him. You know what I mean? Hope everything is going well with Ak always. You know what I mean? He gonna hit me up. Yo, I got this going on. Da, 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 da. All right,
yeah, Ak always into something, man. You know, that's why he's the one that hooked up that whole situation at the beer garden.
Oh, okay.
So he got me on there with special K and Teddy Ted event. At the Hackensack Brewery. So shout out to Ak for that. Though. I really
Ak is good for that. Yeah, because that's why
Ak Boogie, Akbar.
Not Akbar. There's another Ak. You seen him when we was at the brewery though. He come the dude that always be giving me the drinks and shit.
This dude constantly have a Simply Lemonade.
Something in the trunk.
He always pop in the trunk. That always come out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He pop in the trunk.
Ready to go. So, you know.
Shout out to him
once again. You know
shout out to Ak, man.
I always tell I only take one drink and that's it. After a while, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. You know?
One's enough.
One good one. One good is a good one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But yeah, I seen him last time at the brewery. Came up in there real quick, you know, my cousin, you know, DJ Dan CE. You know what I mean? He always put me on to what's going on. And I ran into this guy. I was like, "Oh, what's up?" It was you. It was FaZe. It was Nunzio. That's what I said. He. When I told him that you was coming, he confused you with Nun because he was like the one that produced for Biggie. I was like, "Nah, not him." Oh, okay. I mean, he produced for other niggas, huh?
Right. You said he engineered or did something.
Yeah, engineer, my bad. But you know, he was in the boards with when that was going down for Ready to Die and all that shit. And actually, not Ready to Die. It was the second album. It was Life After Death.
Life After Death.
Yeah, it was definitely that. I always got that confused. But hell yeah. And when I seen him, he was like, yo, I gotta get back on the pod. I said, word? I was like, all right, I have no problem. I gotta get FaZe up on here. Still gotta make that arrangement.
Yeah, I think we all gotta get up here one day and just talk about just
shit.
Just life and just like, saying how we all came together, pause, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hollered at we're gonna talk about Poison Pen. Poison Pen is another one that you just randomly see somewhere at some
yeah, man. Pen be everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
I call him the complete Brooklyn. You can't is nothing you want anything Brooklyn. That nigga knows it, he's seen it, he done it, he sounds like it, he is it.
He's definitely the mayor of Brooklyn, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So shout out to Penn. But you've been busy, man. I mean, you always stay busy. You know what I mean? You always stay busy, whether you're making noise or you're not making noise. You always have stayed busy. You're kind of like a ninja when it came to producing and doing what you're doing, DJing, and you're always somewhere and just quiet, but you're still making noise with your beats and shit like that. So I always keep my ear to the street with that. And I knew that you were producing for, some legends, you know what I mean? KRS-One, who else you was producing for?
Spliff, Buster,
Spliff,
JadaKiss, MAINO.
Okay.
Redman.
Yeah. Well, Redman, that caught my ear a couple years ago when you did the Smack. Was it the Smack song? Or
I co-produced that. Like I did like some work on it, but Redman was the one that really produced it. Well, he had the idea and I just added stuff to it. And then he took it back and then he just made a big song. So
yeah.
So shout out to him for that.
Was that your first? Was that one of the first projects?
Well, it was that, and before on that three song EP that he dropped,
yeah,
it was a song called The Banger. I actually did that. That's the reflip of the Rockwaller, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I did.
Was it like some backward sound or something you did to it? How did you flip it as far as like the Rockwaller?
So I took the intro.
Okay.
Right. So I took the intro of it, and then I just chopped the intro part of it before the drop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was, shout out to Rockwaller, and I got his blessing on it to use it, and Redman wanted it, and that's how that happened.
Okay.
But before that, the first song was Love Me Still. Actually, no, I'm bugging. I'm totally bugging because the what you call the It's a Banger was the first song that he invited me to come down to the studio and hear the mix. And at the time, what was it? Troy Hightower was the one that was mixing the record, so I got to actually meet him. He's a legend.
I think I've heard of the name.
Troy Hightower, yeah, he's had a lot of big records, like a lot of big hip hop records back in the day. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I was able to meet with him, and then while he was mixing, I let Redman hear this record that I did with Edson Sean, and he was so open.
Oh, is that the one that he's on?
That he's on, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had the song done already, and so when he heard it, he like jumped on the live and it's like, yo, played the song and tagged Edson Sean, and Edson Sean was like, yo, that's my favorite rapper. Like, I wanted to join with him. It's like, yeah. So he actually just gave us a verse. And then he actually came to the video shoot and shot the video.
I hear that. He's kind of like that with
very involved. Very involved though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So once again, shout out to him. It's been a blessing, even like knowing him as well, because like aside from just music, like we like
talking,
just life and stuff. So shout out to him.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Redman, man. One of my favorite top 5, top 3 to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And well, you started with that, and it got you to like right now. Of course, shout out. You got Muddy Waters 2 out.
Yes,
and Muddy Waters 2 to me. I mean, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. That shit is damn near a classic to me right now because especially the way how it comes across, like it's like it literally sounds like a sequel to Muddy Waters as far as the sound. Even though they said he didn't have no production from E, did he?
Yes, he did.
He did.
He did he did the '90s record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did the '90s record. And you know what's so funny about that record? Because I actually I remember when he.
That's the one. Remember when we did this back in the day? That record. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was that record. And so what happened was, Redman hit me up and he was like, "Yo, you think you could first it started off with me wanting me to play it over, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. I want to do a remix. I'm gonna do my version of it. So what happened was
this nigga always.
Yeah, so check this out. So I forgot what record I flipped, but I sent it to him like every time he hears something of mine, it's always like at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning.
Well, you send it and then he hears it later.
Yeah, no, he'll hit me up right away.
Oh, so when you send it, it's late.
Yeah, when I sent it, like around.
Probably just finished making it.
Oh,
yeah. And it was like pretty rough too. I was just like, yo, I'm just send it to him. Right. And he hits me back. He's like, yo, this shit crazy. But the only problem was, it was a sample that would have been hard to clear.
Which one? Well, if you want to say it, you don't have to say it if you don't want to. I know how producers are, nigga. I know how producers are.
You know what?
Nah, we good. You don't have to say shit.
Yeah, so
it was one of those.
It was one of those. Because actually, he hit me with a few records that he wanted me to see if I could come up with a better beat. You know, like technically, I was supposed to have 2 on the album. I was supposed to have the first song.
Yeah, because you only have one, right?
I only have one, and I have one. Shout out to my man Siege, because
that's Smoke With Me.
Yeah, that's Smoke With Me. Yes,
the outro. That's kind of the outro, and get the shout out. You always getting the shout out from him, so that's what.
I really appreciate that. That's big. That's really big. And, I want to also shout out Siege Monstrosity for the as far as co-production, because he programmed the drums and whatnot. Then
I forgot how it is to have names like that, like Siege Monstrosity. Like when we used to just come up with these names, that was like, yo, what's the illest, biggest word, no Diddy word that's like no one gonna see? Like, like Siege Monstrosity or some shit.
Yeah, he's dope, man. Siege is dope. Shout out to him. So once I had that,
that's cool. That's me.
Yeah, I think someone was on there. So
what the?
That might be an alarm or something.
Nah, he's doing the thing. I can't. Yo. What's up? What you calling while I'm on the show? What happened? I'm doing the show right now. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna try to set something up for you next week. That's what I was trying to talk to you about. All right, bet. I'm gonna holler at you as soon as we done. I'll hit you back. All right. I was like, out of nowhere. What were you saying, bro? Don't worry about that. We're gonna this is the show, my nigga.
Check your whole podcast.
Yeah, attention. They just shit, my nigga. I didn't know, yo.
Live and direct.
Live and direct. We still on? We still live? We still I think we still live. All right, yeah. What were you saying, brother?
So
my bad. Take this.
Overall, there was joints that at the end of the day, there was I probably got 4 joints that I did and didn't make it
for the project. But I heard that the project also was some songs was a few years back, some songs was redid, so you had to figure out that structure and shit. Yeah. But as far as the whole album is real cohesive. It sounds like Red. It sounds like Muddy Waters. It's not like too updated, but it's not like too old school. It's right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
It's right in the middle. And it works, man. It works. So shout out to Red. You know what I mean? That shit is fire. I've been bumping it while I'm in the gym and shit.
Yeah, it's definitely a workout album.
Yeah.
I think once you hear the whole album, you done did close to
Hour and some change.
Yeah,
It's really 32 joints, even though it's mad snippets in it and shit like that.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing that's missing of today's albums is like skits.
It's the personality.
Yeah,
the personality is gone because people just. That's why I was also wanted to say, like, not to jump around, but Ice Spice, right?
Who, Annie?
No, Annie. Oh, Annie. That's, the reason why, all right, Ice Spice, because your body ain't bodying no more, you need to rap with personality if you want people to give a fuck. Because I listened, like, she just did some new shit, and I was like, you know why? She says it, and it's no personality.
Sounds the same.
Yeah, it's very like, I'm just saying it. And a lot of these kids have, not a lot of them, but some of them have that kind of approach to music where it's just like them just saying it, and I got some kind of swag with it, if that. You know what I mean? And I was looking at her rhyme, and I was like, even if the bars was hot, it wouldn't hit because there's
it's the way the presentation.
Yeah, and it's like your body used to hold you over for that. Now it's not. So
I just think, honestly, like, yeah, I just think nowadays, like, the music, like, it's definitely no personality, because I feel like once you hear one person, you done heard a lot. You done heard everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I know that you're gonna have some people that sound like some people from back in the day. You know what I mean, or some aspect of it. But that was our thing when we were coming up. It was like you can't sound like nobody or try to sound like nobody. You know what I mean? You wanted to be outside of,
but not to cut you off, but also too, not the way the industry is now. It's like they just basically
want the cookie cutter.
They want the cookie cutter. So you got most of these artists are like plants, like, you know what I'm saying? They are. they just like plants, like
they just set up.
They just set up. You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody said some shit like that. Like,
no, it's facts.
A lot of people.
Yeah, no. Like, I've heard someone add like they a plant. Like, yeah, I'm a plant, and I don't care. Like, I'm set up for this and that.
Yeah, like Drake is a plant.
Well, we could go right into that.
I think Drake is a plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really think about it, if you really look at Drake freestyle, yo, it's like you never heard, like, see him without a phone. Sometimes when he be like, if you notice, like,
that's how he came in.
Videos of him being on the phone freestyle.
Yeah, but
he was the one that made that shit,
right? But also, I also think people just send him lyrics on his phone, and then he just recites it.
Well, look, I don't understand why.
Crazy.
I think
at this point, you can't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even J. Cole, at this point, I don't want you to say that you want to be the best or you going after being the best because you reneged. And for this dude Drake is like, you can't say you're the top 5 because you got ghostwriters.
Absolutely.
Like you can't. I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely.
Like, take somebody like Snoop. Like I said, Snoop did an album where he had writers. He said, "Yo, this nigga's writing this for me. This nigga's writing." But Snoop doesn't come out and say, "I'm the best MC of all." He doesn't say that. He doesn't give, like, he's just, "I'm Snoop," and that's it. You're getting what you're getting. So if you're on that time, and yeah, do what you want to do. Boy, you can't be going after the crown or saying that you top 3 or I'm big 3 and all that shit. You can't do that. So as far as Drake, he could be a plant. And if he's the plant, he's actually the biggest plant. That nigga's Audrey too.
Oh yeah.
That nigga. That nigga's the biggest plant because and look at it. His lineage, the connection.
I ain't gonna front. He had a nice run. I give him that.
You say his run's over now, shut down.
His run is shut down now because it's like, I think for at least 10 years, that's not bad.
No, 10 years is good.
10 years is really
well, a little bit more. Well, do we count from 2009 or do we count from like 2010, 2011? Because he really started popping. He really started getting on his road when Lil Wayne got locked up. That's when he like took over because Wayne was out the picture.
Yeah.
And while Tom Wayne came out, he was like the biggest act. So
yeah,
I think so around 2011. So 10 and some change.
Yeah.
About 15 years, he was good.
He definitely got a nice run though.
He had a 15-year run all together as far as being in the industry. And for you to run it in that decade, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but what came out in that decade? That was
Drake had joints.
yeah.
Drake was constantly.
Drake has fans.
Yeah, but all right, Drake has fans, but
You still got Drake fans now, even after this
I
loss.
mean, yeah, you're gonna have Drake fans now.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Everybody that lose still got fans somewhere. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, even if you got embarrassed and you're still, if you're continuously doing something, you're still gonna hold some kind of people that's like, yo, I still fuck with so and so.
Yeah, you gotta keep giving the people what they need.
So here's a $1 million question: do you think Kendrick's gonna perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? That's the.
Do I think? Well, this is what I heard.
If anything, just the hook, maybe.
Nah, I think he should do it. I think he should do it.
Facts.
The Super Bowl is saying they throwing their hands up because they said that when they told Snoop not to smoke and not to throw up gang signs, and he did what. So it's like they're saying we're not saying he can't do it, but we're not saying he can't. Like, they just throwing their hands up, and they're pretty much saying no one's gonna die if he performs the song. It's really the pedophile word. Like, that's the main thing. But you can still edit it. You can edit it. People gonna say it. The crowd gonna say it.
That's the biggest line on the song, yo.
Yo, we went from a Janet Jackson nipple to little kids in the thing gonna say A minor and pedophile. Where are we at as a people?
I mean, we could talk for hours about this.
That was 20 years ago. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I didn't even put Drake down. I wasn't even trying to go into the Drake bag.
That's cool. You know, it's cool.
All right. But I always start with who is DJ Static. I think last time we didn't really talk about you coming up. So I wanted to get into before you become DJ Static. So who is D? We don't have to get into governments.
No, I'm definitely not dropping.
No.
Those
look.
those who don't know.
I was watching you do your interview for the IPA shit. He was like, I ain't giving out my government. So you get my government from this shit. So who was DJ Static before DJ Static? Basically, who's that guy?
A guy that was very ambitious and always stayed low key. Okay. And always big on my craft. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was in my blood. It started like with me.
Family.
Yeah. Well, yeah. My pops. You know what I'm saying? He was into music, so. You know, I used to like remember those little tape recorders with the handle that you could carry?
Yeah, I remember those joints.
Let me tell you something. I have this thing.
Shit.
So I have this thing that I have a thing about cassettes. I love cassettes. I just always loved the way they looked and everything.
The whole setup.
Yeah. So what I used to do is, like, when my pops used to go to work, I used to take the tape, and then basically he had some stuff on there already, and I would just put the tape in that little tape recorder and just record myself.
Over?
Yeah, just record me singing, or
you didn't give a fuck about your father.
Nah. So then what happened was I put the tape right back just to chill, and then next thing you know, he'll play the tape, and then he'll listen to the song, and then it'll just like stop, and it'll just go into me just like doing what I did on that tape recorder, and then it'll just go right back to the music. Yeah. So I used to be like, once I hear that, I'd be like, oh shit, I got caught. So I used to run somewhere. You know, I was like, shy.
So you never got in trouble?
I mean, he used to yell at me like, yo, what the hell you doing?
You fucking up his groove, nigga.
Yeah. So, and then it went from there to like doing pause tapes. And then,
this, so the folks know, this is not pause like today.
Yeah, not pause like today.
Actually pause the tape. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, the two parallel lines, like, so.
Not this way.
Yeah. So, you know, in high school, I used to basically fix people's cassettes, like the mixtapes. And I used to, like, I ain't gonna fry, I used to bootleg their shit too. I used to make dubs and be like, yo, look, you know.
Make your own mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was bootlegging other people. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it's been a while.
Bootlegging the bootleggers?
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. I used to get the joint. Dude was like, yo, let me get such and such mixtape, bro. Yeah. I was like, yo, you know, give me $5. And what I used to do is I used to have mad blank cassettes So I used to go in the crib. I had the double deck.
You had the double that you just
and just make my copy, make my bread. And I used to repair those cassettes when they used to pop. You know what I'm saying? So I used to take the shit apart and really splice the fucking tape together.
So you was already into this.
Yeah, because
this is high school or junior high?
No, this was high school.
High school?
Yeah, this is high school. Well, before high school, I actually played the violin. A lot of people don't know that, but I used to. I started
Louis Farrakhan.
Nah, here you go. Yeah, so I used to play the violin, and then when I got to 7th grade, I learned the electric bass, and I was part of a string orchestra in junior high school.
Wow.
So I learned the bass, and when I got into high school, that's when I got into DJing because I couldn't get into the music program in the school.
Okay.
So that's where I started really like learning how to DJ.
Gotcha.
Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my boy Ab. It was definitely that, and I used to study like listening to the mixtapes. So and the whole thing with repairing tapes and everything. That's how I was just making my little side money. So fast forward to '96. Shout out to my man Gabe Rodriguez. He had an MPC 3000. So that's when I started looking into like doing production.
At 3000. Wasn't that the bigger one?
That was the big joint. That's the joint with no waves, no nothing. Everything was like you had to edit, you had to punch in the numbers.
I've heard. I don't think I ever seen it. I just heard stories about the 300.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. A lot of hip hop records was done with the 3000. You know what I mean?
See, when I met you, I think it was
2000.
I said 300, 3000. It was the 2000 and 2500.
Yes.
Those were the two that were like in play at that time and shit like that. And then you have the keyboard one, Triton.
The Triton was out. I never had the Triton.
You wasn't really a
at the time I wasn't.
You a keyboard.
I wasn't really a keyboard till I started losing placements.
Until he learned,
I was like, I'm fucking losing these placements.
Like I'm gonna get the keyboard now.
Yes, I around that time when I started, I took classes in college.
Okay.
Music theory.
Okay.
Piano, chord progressions, all that stuff. And I locked myself in and started like playing stuff. And then the first time I had one beat and I gave it to somebody, they listened to it. It was like, yo, man, this shit is crazy, yo. I was like, really? It's like, yeah. I was like, there's no samples. You got me shitting me, no samples? I was like, yeah.
Also, you played it out like it sounded like it was put together as a sample.
That's a sample, yeah.
But
because what I used to do is I used to like take records. Say like if I sample something, I would look at the back. I used to always read credits on records.
Okay.
And to see what was played, who played it. So whoever played it, I used to go find their records and listen to how they played. And then what I usually do is like find the notes and everything to learn how they played it. And then from there, it just developed from there. And even sometimes if I sample something, I would play something on top of it. And then if it was that good, I'll take the sample out. And that's how I started like really like started playing stuff.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So and every day is a learning day for me. That's why like usually I used to like stay home a lot and just work on the craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Till this day. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah.
Laboratory.
Yeah, he's a lab rat. Hermit with it. Yeah, definitely.
Even like when when we was in Lehman College in the college radio station.
Yeah, that was one of the first.
Yeah, so I would do my show, and after that there was an MPC in there, and they had mad records there. So I was like, it was like a lemon. I was just baking joints every day.
But also that was a time where you had to go out and get it tangibly. Like right now on the phone, you could look up or whatever everything, but back then you had to be outside. You had to go through through the vinyl, you had to go through the CDs or the tapes and whatever. Like I think I told you last time, I used to just go to the library and just say, oh, that shit crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like and just go through all that shit. And then I'm good. Take everything I need. That's crazy. Hell yeah, yo.
Hell yeah.
Cause sometimes you don't got like that, or you ain't moving around like I used to just go to when friends worked at Tower Records. I used to be in Tower Records all the time.
Oh hell
looking
yeah,
for shit.
yeah.
Like it was mad stuff. Like I was always searching for what would be the next thing. And he was he was one of the reasons. Like you don't understand. Like me coming up, my whole thing was I needed to impress the people I was around.
Right.
And I always wanted to impress this dude. I never thought I did.
Nah, you had Joe. Nah. See, here's the thing. With you, I'm gonna tell you the thing with you was, Joe, the fact that he came out making beats with the PS,
the PlayStation.
with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people.
On both, on the first one and the second.
Yeah, like and I ain't gonna front. I was amazed by it. I was just like, yo, how the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
But also, like, honestly, like I tell the story all the time. Like why I stopped producing or making beats of such. Part of it was I was afraid of working on some other project, and that I was subconsciously afraid of that. And I got to a point where I wasn't motivated enough just to make the beat. It just didn't hit me at that point. Like around the 2010s, I kind of got lackluster with it. But my thing with the PlayStation was it was really the sounds. Like I told you, like my inspiration for music comes from movies.
Yes.
It's orchestra, it's John Williams, it's motherfuckers like that. It's like composers, because I watched E.T. and Star Wars. It was my first two movies. So my shit is like, damn, the part of E.T. where they on the bikes, that shit is crazy. You know how many times I sit back and I be like, I want to chop the shit out of that shit. Like, but I ain't going to do it just because it got to be done right.
It ain't too late. Why you can't do it now?
No, I can, but it's certain joints that, like, certain joints I'll be like, I got to approach it. Not, I ain't saying I can't do it. You know I can. But I guess I held myself back on it because I was just like, that's one of the joints that I really would want to flip. Just for my own personal. Like, I don't even give a fuck if anybody rap over or not. Just personally. Because I know you do that too. Like, you just be like, yo, I just want to flip this shit.
I mean, bro, there's records that I flipped back then that I flip now, and it's two different worlds.
Right. Two different joints.
Yeah, it's two different worlds, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as you get older, like, and then the technology,
you look at it differently.
Yeah. So there's probably one famous sample everybody done flip. Like, if you're a hip hop producer, you done flip Nautilus
with James Brown.
But no, the Bob James Nautilus, the shit that
how it go? I would have. Wait, let me look it up.
Yeah, it's listen. Every producer, I'm pretty sure, has flipped Nautilus. It's like 80% of hip hop has sampled this record.
Damn, what song is it?
It's Nautilus. Once you prepare it,
how you spell it, Nor?
It's NAU.
NAU.
TILIUS. Bob James. Or just type in Bob James Nautilus, it'll pop up. But
Bob James.
Yeah. Once you hear the beginning, you'll be like, oh, that joint. Everybody use that shit.
That's what I was saying.
Since you're new to H&R Block, we'll go through your tax
Can't have this
from
one
the
here.
past 3
Oh,
years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see what we got here right here. Nautilus.
Yeah, every hip hop producer sample that. I think I've done like 10 versions. I actually use
okay.
this part right here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's all you get. But
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there are samples that everybody's gonna continuously, and that's the thing I think I did too. Also, it's not just the fact that I had the PlayStation, I was making beats off the PlayStation, because first I was just using the sounds.
Right.
First I was just using the sounds and making weird shit, and I was like, oh, I like the sound, and the drums was all over the place. But when y'all came into play, I was like, okay. Once I got the sampler too, I was like, okay, I gotta learn how to chop these shits, because I'm a loop shit, just like, because I like it. But watching y'all, I was like, oh no, I gotta just like Chim Chimney. I think I told you Chimney. I have a beat where I play the whole intro and I take everything and I break it, I chop it down into each sound and I make a whole nother beat that has nothing to do with
the beat. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And that's one of the things I learned from him. Like, because if I didn't have that motivation and everything, I wouldn't have got there and going into the beat battles. Because the beat battles was like, even if you lose, it was kind of not, it wasn't a bad thing because it just motivated you like the next one?
So what's funny about the beat battles, right?
Oh, the next one? That's
my first beat battle, I got to the finals and lost, right? That same night, I went home and said, yo, I'm going to make it very impossible for people to beat me. I'm going to do something very left, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to go in there as a nobody and win.
Was this New Eureka or this?
Yes, this was New Eureka.
What year was the one that you lost? What year was the one that you lost? So I could kind of figure, because I know
it was the first one ever.
Was that 01, 02?
It might have been 01, 02.
Because I think I came into play around 03, 04.
Nah, it probably was like 2000.
Oh, earlier.
Hold on. Let me think about this one. I want to say it was...
Ghostface.
Nah, it was... Yeah. I don't know. I think it was like 02, 03, I want to say. Because I remember that day, I went in there. I went there by myself. I had my black hoodie. I always dress in black. Like
black hoodie,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo. So they were selecting people went in, and I just say, yo, I'm going. I want to battle. I was like, all right, cool.
And you made it to the finals.
Yes, I made it to the finals.
So how? Because what it was the finals. What was that? How many times you had to go there? It was a month. What was it?
It was every month, right? It was every month.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I missed those flyers.
Yeah, it was every month. It was every month, and I forgot the dude's name. Hispanic dude too, and he had some shit. I'm not gonna front, but
not Mills.
No, it wasn't Mills. It wasn't. It was He only showed up twice, right? And the second time he came back, he lost. He lost the second round. I didn't even get to battle him, but I wanted to, but I didn't get to battle him. So I forgot who I beat. I don't even remember, but I remember that last beat. It was like some rock sample. And I just say, oh, fuck that. When the beat dropped, I stand on the chair, had the people, I had the crowd involved, and then the change ups and everything.
The change ups, that's the thing that did it.
Yeah,
a lot of times, because the beat battles today, and I tell everybody, the beat battles today is basically like you just playing whatever beat that you think is the hottest for a minute or two, right? And there's no changes. Maybe you do the hook part or that's it. Back then, you had to grab the audience's attention. Absolutely. So like even if you start with some head nod shit, I switch it to some Jamaican flavor, switch it back, change it up to some futurist. Like you would go back to whatever was getting them, but you would switch it up. And what we have, a minute, 2 minutes.
No, we had 2 minutes.
We had 2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 minutes to and then that's when the whole we gonna take like the theatrical look and use like these movies excerpts. And that's what I was like, oh, these niggas is doing movies? Oh, this is my alley. This is what
I was like, coming in there to fucking win. It was I saw that second time I went back, yo. I said, yo, I'm coming in there for blood, yo. Right? Fuck that.
Was that the one when you came with the grapes?
No. That was after. This nigga saw
Vader's beat. He's eating the grapes and shit, dancing and shit.
Yeah. So that was the finals. That was, and I think that was the time. Yeah, me and R&R battled.
That ends up R&R ends up being his beat battle like tag team.
So it was like shout out to R&R though, but
shout out to R&R.
Yeah, like R&R used to always watch me make beats, so it was just like when he started making beats, him and Impact, shout out to Impact. So then it was just like, all right, cool. But R&R was like, he was really on it too. So, you know, his goal was to try to beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was like the student, and I was like, you know, I was like the teacher. Yeah. So I ain't gonna fuck, man. The beat that he played was really dope. Like he really, really like, you know. And then I was just like, nah, I'm not letting him beat me. So, ain't no way. You know, shout out R&R. But I was like, nah, fuck that. I said, I got
You know
something.
the hierarchy, nigga.
Yeah,
That's
so
what he said.
And he's like, damn it, yo, damn it. Like, I was like, yo, man. Because my thing was, I didn't like to talk. I just pressed play and let the music speak for itself.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't doing
Best way
that.
to go.
Yeah, I wasn't, you know what I mean? I was just like,
R was a little more raw with how he thus his name R&R, rugged and raw.
Yeah.
He would approach it more raw and rugged, or how he would take a sample that maybe me and him would do it, but his approach would be a little bit more harder and raw as he presented it. But he learned from him in the presentation, and he would switch up. The nigga came out with a cape and shit. He was doing like, I was like, oh, we could come out like to this day. I'm mad that the film I did. Remember, I don't know when I won this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I came there. I had my cousin, the one that does the wine shit.
Yeah.
He was small back then, so I had him come, had him do the whole newspaper shit, because I had a little Joker intro when he was like, "Get a load of me." I had that whole shit. I had so many things. I was like, "Yeah, man." I had my tie. I was suited up for some stupid reason. Like, it was just like, oh, and all I wanted to do was just showcase my shit.
Right.
I didn't give a fuck, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, winning is great, but as long as I could win enough so y'all could hear all my shit, because you know how many times niggas would be like, yo, you should have won. You know how many times I heard that over the shit? I was just like, yeah, I came here dolo. I didn't have enough people. Because a lot of times that would happen. If you had the crowd with you, then you possibly win. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because my first battle was like that. I didn't show up. I mean, I showed up by myself.
Yeah.
You know, the second time I came through with a few people, and after that, and then it's crazy because when the finals happened and we did the preview, like everybody was trying to come for me, yo. It was like, yo, if we battle Static, we need to take him off. Like, fuck this guy.
Out of here.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. And I just say, like, yo, listen, man.
He ends up being like Rock. You know how Rock just comes back to WWF here and there to show face, even though he runs it?
Nah, man. Yo, bro, my mentality was like, yo, I know these motherfuckers trying to kill me, so I got to come with something different. It was like everybody's like, yo, hopefully I win. I really want to beat Static. Everybody kept saying, "We want to beat Static."
Yeah. Just to have that.
Just to have that
on their belt. Like, really, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I think I battled you once.
Okay, wow.
You sure?
Well, I don't think we ever battled.
We never battled. I was gonna say if we did, you won, but
I don't think we battled, man. I think the person I battled. All right, so I battled Hassan Hussein, right?
Yeah, shout out to Hassan Hussein.
And then I battled R&R.
You battled Asa?
I was supposed to battle Asa. And so what happened
that would have been the Twin Towers, nigga.
Right, so the final was between me and Asa, but what happened was he battled Mills and some shit popped off.
Oh, right? Wasn't he cool with Mills though, right?
Yeah, he was cool with Mills, but what happened was they was taunting him. There was like his Mills people was taunting Asa, so then a fight started breaking out. So then Asa dipped out. So I ended up battling for the final. I think I ended up battling Rocky Horror. Yeah.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, I battled him, right? And then that's when I won. But they really wanted me and Asa to battle.
Yeah, because they were like the show stoppers, because Asa would go up there. He would go up there.
Asa had to balance, bro.
Yeah, the funny thing, because his production is like, whatchamacallit, because he would always say to me, he was like, I know what you doing with that Elmo shit, but I know who you are. Like, he was like, you really one of us, nigga. Don't play games. He was like, I know you're doing that catchy shit, but you're really one of us. So he would do that shit. He would have like the head nod, real street, real hip hop sound. But then when he would do the beat battles, the nigga would come with some like real pop up, real bouncy shit, and he's big dude. He's up there dancing.
Yo, he was dancing. Yeah. Yo, I was like, yo, I first saw him like battle. I stood there. I said, yo, this nigga got bounce, yo. And then I remember Face was heard that shit. He was like, yo,
the whole stage was moving, bro.
Yo,
like the nigga was moving.
He was moving. Yo, and what I liked about his sound was it was so different, man. It didn't sound like.
Yeah, he brought a sound like, I think a lot of people kind of went into a certain style, like, okay, we need to be at this style and just be this good at it. He was just came in and said, "Fuck it, like
yeah,
I'm
did
just
him,
play."
did him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that catches people's eyes and shit. You know what I mean?
I'm to this day, I'm still a fan of him because it's like every time I hear his joints, it's like, yo, man, like it was just that swing, like
he had
that swing, and then to find out that he and I like Dilla, you know what I'm saying? So that's how me and him hit it off. And then I remember one time he gave me a beat CD, and I played it for FaZe. And FaZe like, I want to rock over this, but I don't know how to like approach it. So I kind of showed him how to like, shout out
Is
to
that
FaZe,
how
like,
him and FaZe kind of got?
yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't know. All right.
So so that's when they started doing projects together and whatnot. So
they ended up being the Bugman and all that shit.
Yeah. And not for nothing, it was a good combination.
It ended up being like a whole collection of motherfuckers from the city, and me and Smarty was known as the Crazy Jersey Boys. Like because we both were crazy, but he was more of the crazy out there in the character, and I was just the angry nigga. I was just the angry nigga with him, like. But I was just like that's kind of what the dynamic was, and then
I remember.
I swear to God,
there was one time that we was all together, like all the producers together. Smarty, there was some artists there. The funniest metaphor that he said.
What was the metaphor?
It was like, yo, the metaphor, the infamous metaphor he said. He was like, yo, you want to hear a metaphor? I fuck your girl. That's what I metaphor. I was like,
we was at Red's house in the living room. That's when I met R&R.
Yes.
And R&R did the line about you heard one DMX song or album, you heard them all. He said that. He said that line. That popped up in my head.
So I was like, yo, and then that's when me and Smarty did a joint, and
that's when the whole production shit started going. That's when all that shit started happening.
Crazy.
So we used to be like.
What year was that around?
Well, I started coming to the city around 97 because France was my godbrother, and France was cool with Impact, who was around the block. And Impact was on Andrews Ave, and Impact was a producer, rapper. Shout out! I'm gonna ask you where that nigga's hiding. Don't worry about it. We gonna do it all for him. Because I gotta go into certain areas where he might be, and I need to catch him and shit like that. But
well, all I'm gonna tell you this: he's not here.
Again,
he's not.
I know he's not here.
Right? Yeah, he's not here. But
I know what state he last was supposed to be in, or what area he last supposed to be in. I know that.
But shout out to Impact.
Yeah. But Impact is kind of like the person. Well, he would because everybody would meet at his house. That's how I met. Tyrant.
Adrian.
Adrian. That's how I met Adrian. Yeah, that's how I met Adrian through going to their crib. Then I brought Smarty and everybody else from Jersey out here, and then they got us to the New Eurekan and the beat battles and all these other shows. So we would just meet up.
Yo, so, not to cut you off. Do you remember the day that we all went to Queens?
Yes,
and did that posse cut.
Yeah, and I found it. I don't have it queued, but I have that song.
You have that song?
Yeah, it's on one of the CDs. I'm trying to get all this shit. Yeah. I found a lot of older stuff that we had from back then. Yeah, we did a posse cut. So this is the stuff.
Yo, that shit was crazy, yo.
So whose studio did we randomly go to?
It was somebody that AD like put us on to. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, so everybody must have been at Impact's crib, and he was like, "Yo, let's go to the studio." It was some last minute late night shit, just like Boston. Boston. We went on some last minute shit. You was like, "Yo, we going to Boston." We came to your crib, I guess for some beat. We came to your crib for some shit, and when we got there, you was like, "Yo, we about to go to Boston. You coming?"
Oh yeah.
That's how we got. We came with. We went there with you and left with you, and that's how that other stuff happened. But the Queens story goes. We was at the crib. Let's go to Queens. We all there. FaZe, Sport, Smarty, Impact, R&R, you.
FaZe.
Yeah, I said FaZe.
Yeah.
And Adrian, So that damn, I don't know, like 6, 7 niggas. I don't know. It's a lot. We go there. They put this beat on. We all gonna have 4 bars here, 4 bars here. All right, cool. And I go into the booth to do my 4 bars, and what they said I was a 45-minute king because it took 45 minutes for me to do the 4 bars. What happened was I was performing it, but I said P.O. or Po. I said something with P, and it kept popping. So I had to keep going and redoing it. And this is back when I'm angry. I'm not as seasoned, as comfortable, or what's that word? Confident
at the time
as I am like later on. Like I'm just reading my bars and trying to get it off best I can.
I swear that shit had to be like a 16-hour session, bro.
Because and I was
no, it wasn't just you though. It wasn't just you. It was just the engineers sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, it was your beat, right?
It was my beat. Yeah,
yeah, it was your beat. Yeah, you had just put it together. I think you had just made it.
Nah. I had it.
You had it? You didn't just make that beat?
Nah, I had it. And what happened? Because remember, I gave that beat to everybody, and to have their verse ready and everything.
Okay. I thought that's something that you might have been working on.
Nah, so we tracked it, because what happened was I bought my MPC there and we tracked it.
Remember that?
Yeah. So
remember that. And then later on he got the nigga with a guitar to play guitar at the end. I
totally forgot about that.
Adrian did the hook. No, actually me and Sport put, I don't know if we put the lines, step up, girl, cause we want and you want and you go on and you. Oh,
yo, I'm afraid to listen to that song, bro.
I have to find it. I have it on one of these goddamn CDs.
Damn.
Step up, dog, cause we want and you want and you. Damn, shit.
That was crazy how time fly, right?
It was crazy shit.
It was moments. Unforgettable.
Shit.
It was crazy though, but
yeah, but that was the beat battles and the days running around in the Bronx, in the city. You know what I mean? With these guys, man. And like I said, like it would be, I would love sometime in the future to put something together as far as script wise for like a beat battle type project. That would be ill.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Because nobody really, especially like kind of like how they do beat battle, like little 8 Mile type movies where you take one person or 2 people, you focus on them as they're going, and then all the other people interact and shit like that. I would make my character a background character, actually. I would be like this, the kid with the PlayStation, the cut here and there, but I would probably focus on somebody else and shit. We could have tried something with Aces, like a character that's close to something like that.
Yeah.
But I won't want like a lot of people involved in it, so you get different stories and shit to talk about. And shout out to my brother Captain Planet, aka Steve Almighty.
Captain Planet.
Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while either.
Yeah, he's still doing it. He's supposed to come up here. When he sees these clips, he's gonna hit me. Yo. Cause he hit me when I was trying to put together, because when I heard J Hatch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. RP J Hatch, yeah.
A few months before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And when I seen, because he went by a different name online. So I'm looking at the name and I'm looking at the face like, I know this dude.
He went by Mogul Status.
Yeah, Mogul, yeah. So I'm like, then I had when he said the name, I said, oh shit. So I Googled the name and I was like, oh, I remember the I Stand.
I Stand It, yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit like motherfuckers came up with people, man. Like,
yeah, it's a lot of. I remember the time when I first won the I Stand It, and it's crazy because I got there like 10 minutes before my time I was supposed to go on. So everybody played and I just showed up and I just said, yo, they just threw me right on stage and I played my joint and I actually won.
See that? But see, that's the thing. Like, well, all right. Let me ask you a question. Personally,
the alley-oop.
After a while, did you just get not comfortable? Did you get like towards winning? Did you ever get complacent with it or some kind of way? Like,
no. No, because I always have this thing that I always have this saying before I even go anywhere. I'm going there as a nobody and come out as a
And
somebody.
somebody, okay.
So that was my thing. Like I wanted to win, and even if I lost, at the end of the day, I would go back and retune myself. So the next time I pop up somewhere, it'll be totally different. So that's why, like, and most times, like, if you see me one time, the next time you see me, it's going to be totally different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that at the end of the day, you have to outdo what you did before. You know what I'm saying?
You're the only person that you're
Yeah, I'm battling against.
competing against. Yeah, basically.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Make sure we good. What was I gonna talk about real quick? Oh, one time I did a beat battle. One time I was at the Poconos. I don't know how this happened. This is 06. I remember it was 06. We went to the Poconos for a trip. I think it was friends, CJ, a couple of people. His father was there at the time when he was alive, and I don't know if I must have already had it set because I went from the Poconos straight to New Eurekan to do a beat battle.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Literally.
Wow.
Literally.
Yeah,
From the Poconos, like I remember, that's when I had the big Lexus car. I drove
That's
that
right,
all the
you had the
way.
big,
I drove that all the way. I said, yo, I got a battle. I don't know if Rocky had called me or something had come up, but I was like, fuck it. No, you're right. It must not have been planned. Something must have happened where I had the chance to do it, and I did it because I went from the Poconos to my house, got the shit, and went to New Eurekan. So I didn't have my shit set. So yeah, I did that one time. Yeah, that was
crazy. That's
yeah
on the spot.
on the spot, bro. But that's how much I loved for it because it was
that's
just like, oh, I get to do this. It just it motivated you to even go more. And I think that was another thing. The dying down of how the beat battles was, and the fact that the death of the super producers, like I call the death of the super producers around the late 2000s because you get a new batch of super producers, but they
don't stick like they used to.
There you go. So at that point, I was just like, what am I making these beats? Like, I just didn't, my mind was just not.
Because your thing was you wanted to go there and just play some shit to get that reaction. Everybody lived for that reaction, though.
Bro,
you know
that was my dopamine, bro. Like, that's what
instant gratification.
Even still, like, even to get people to be like, yo, I fuck with you. Because, you got some beats off and you got some networking done after the beat battles and shit like that. Motherfuckers want to work with you here. Shout out to Pumpkinhead when he was around.
Oh, R.I.P. Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I did some joints with him.
Yeah, he hit me for a beat after one of the joints. And
oh,
shit.
nice.
Yeah. So like I remember it was a couple people. Like I don't ever think I worked with Immortal, but I did a cipher with Immortal Techniques outside of one of those goddamn battles. You know what I mean?
It was a different time, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it was definitely a different time. It's like no matter, there was always something going on.
Yeah, there was.
The venues, all that shit.
Yeah, it was a different time. That moment, and it kind of. I mean, you get older. Of course, we was younger and shit, but even still, it was just like, yo, I really fuck with that shit. Like, but you as an artist, and you as well, you're all around artist, but you as an artist, like I remember after that, like the whole beat battle run. You know what I mean? You really, getting your beats out there to upcoming artists, to known artists. You doing management with whatchamacallit,
Matthew knows.
Yeah, that's always a name to drop. Oh, maybe not.
I mean, listen. So
I was always curious about that because I didn't know how that was working at that time, but I guess it worked.
So I'll tell you how that happened. What happened was there was this guy named, shout out to Omar Grant. So he had, I don't know how he got my beat. To this day, I still don't remember. But I remember he hit me up, was like, yo, you might be having a big potential placement, right? With a gospel group. I was like, what? So I was like, whatever. So I remember I was with my man Dub. Me and him, we was in the crib, we was working on a beat. And I get a call from Matthew Knowles, right? I ain't even believe it. I was like, yo,
Of course you
so
don't
I was like,
believe it.
so you know, I got the call. Like, yo, I want to congratulate you, you know, on the song that you did with this group named Trinity 57, blah blah blah. I'm gonna have my manager call you, and you know, we're gonna set everything up, blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Wait, did your beat get to these people? Like how?
Yeah. So what happened was Solange cut the record. He wrote the record
To your shit.
to my joint, right?
Okay.
And then basically had them singing and everything like that. So the record was already done. So when I guess his assistant, shout out to Jake McKim, I don't know where you at, but shout out to you. He hit me up. He hit me like probably like 15 minutes after that call. And he was like, hey, what's going on? The stat, you know, I'm the assistant, blah, blah, blah. So you got this record with Trinity 57. Congratulations. I'm like, but what beat is it? So then they sent me the song, right? And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So I looked at Dub. I was like, yo, Dub, I got a placement, yo. I was like, I don't know what to say. I was like, shit.
I got it.
Yeah. So then, you know, so they invited me to some event, and then he actually mentioned my Matthew Knows mentioned my name about. He was like, "Yeah, so you know, we got this wonderful producer. He done produced this song for Trinity 57, and it's called Like You, and it's a really nice record. And I just hope that when the album drops, y'all get to hear it and all this other stuff." I was like, "All right, cool." So then when I heard, I was like, "Wow," you know. And mind you, it was I sampled a gospel record from Richard Smallwood, if that's his name. Yeah. So, you know,
They already had that feel.
Right.
They gave
I
you.
had that feel and everything.
Did you add anything to it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
The drums, you know, it was just like a little piano joint in the beginning before he starts singing. So I was like, I took the piano joint, chopped it up, threw the
Okay.
drums, and you know, and mind you, that was like I made that beat probably like 2 years before the placement.
You got to him.
Yeah. So I don't know. And at the time, I was making beat CDs too a lot. You know what I'm saying?
So you just anything could
yeah,
be anywhere.
it could have been
Right.
anywhere. So
Yeah.
he got his hands on it, and that's how that happened. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's how that placement happened. So shout out to Omar Grant, shout out to Jake McCann, shout out to.
Did you get any as it went on, or how long did you work with him? Did you get any?
So
other
after
places?
that, because of that record date, so that's how I got signed to Matthew Knows.
Oh,
After
okay.
that record, so yeah, that happened. They managed for me for like 2 years, and I was doing remixes for like the Beyonces and whatever, like Kelly's joint, and nothing got placed, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck am I doing?
It felt like you was like on a shelf type of situation.
Yeah. So it's like the whole thing of okay, yeah, let's get him the placement. Let's recoup like a percentage off of him, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and after that, it was just like, you know, you would think I was going to get work, but they ain't never gave me no work, no placement. So
yeah, I seen you when you was working. You kind of didn't. You brushed it off, but I always thought it was at least a big, not big, but a
yeah. So
big
like, you know, one thing people will know about me is that, you know, I never. How can I say? I'm always like someone that like I'll get a placement or something good, and I just be like, that's cool, but I still need more. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not enough. It's like,
now I'm not saying stop at that, but I'm just saying at the time, especially at that time, I was like, because this is like what 2009, 2010, 2000.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Those times.
Right.
So I was like, whoa, okay, that was a fucking.
It wasn't like a single or anything like that. It was just like, wow, so I'm actually on someone's album. Like, that's interesting. And like in the gospel world. And then I ended up getting the Dove Award for it because they won the Dove Award.
Okay.
The album. So I was like shocked to even have that award. I don't know where that award is now. I don't know. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nigga
so
said that, nigga.
Yeah, I was like, damn. So, you know, after that, you know, the money I got and I reinvested and got more equipment, and that's at the time I was learning how to play music as well. You know?
Yeah.
Because I kept losing to like placements of like I had bad potential placements. There was one record with Memphis Bleak. It's actually on YouTube. Memphis Bleak, PD Crack, and Shot Stimuli. I didn't even know. I did not know this record existed till it was brought to my attention because I guess at the time I had somebody shopping my joint to Rockefeller at the time. And
Rockefeller.
Yeah. Right.
Niggas heard that joint.
It was like, yo, so they cut the record. I didn't know about it till
Memphis Bleak.
Yeah, it's, you could put if you put Shot Stimuli, PD Crack, you know, yeah, it was PD Crack, Memphis Bleak, and Shot Stimuli was like the last verse.
PD Crack?
Yeah. So yeah, that joint, and the crazy thing, the joint didn't really come out. It was a
that's not it.
Auto-tune.
This is not it. This is that bullshit that they play in front of everything.
Unlimited. The most powerful collection of vocal production.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one.
In this motherfucker, sipping on nothing.
Mind you, I ain't mixed nothing. It was just straight out the MP.
Wow. Well, this was the time when niggas was just doing shit like
yeah, they're just taking shit, just recording it, not letting you know till like later.
Yeah, but I could tell. So this is
Sounds like a Rockefeller joint.
Mm-hmm.
They do niggas like, oh no, we jumping on this.
Yeah. They do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which will go right to the next story.
What's realer than that? I moved out of Marcy, but still a nigga go back. Visit my old corner to show you this where I sat. And I got it like a guinea boy, moving all the back.
Shot Stimuli. How long did he do?
He's going for a while.
In my Omega, tell him throw me a pack of the woods. I'm good in my hood, that's real rap. Can't tell me, I'm the definition of get money. I rest when I'm dead, so while I woke, I get money. I remember bumping.
Yeah, and it sounds beat battle-ish. Like you could definitely, yeah, because the little triggers I missed.
You already know. I was like a programming freak, yo.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna have this here. Oh yeah.
I cannot take it, not in my pop, chrome in the traces, watching I lie, talk like a tracy, walking through the valley of dark, living the matrix, monster I shot, taping all the tape,
yeah, the stuff gotta be turned up, like here.
Yeah, you could tell like the mix was horrible. Like just cut the record, it was like, all right, next.
Right. It don't look like they even tried to improve it when they did the 2-track, like at least try.
I ain't gonna call it nothing. I was like, yo, you want me to? Nah, none of that.
This is raw 2-track, right?
Like a nigga on the 18th, little murder, smoke murder, so burn. So if we die, don't cry. Just ride my niggas. You hit the club and you fall with them bros, my niggas. But don't never mention cause we roll with all my niggas. It's the ROC, we feel it all, my nigga. P crack, MPV, to a Rockefeller, so just get money. Like, we riding to it, so hold up. It's never over till you.
Okay.
So you got the point.
Yeah. Why does it say it's 8 minutes long?
Well, because there's other songs, like, you know what I mean?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck is this is being 8 minutes long?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
That shit's hard though.
Yeah, so we go all tell that you had beat back. I mean, you had beat CDs and beat music all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it'd be like that because I had mad beats before that. Like mainstream artists came out with. And I've been Ocean. I had that beat like 2 years.
2 years ago. Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Like, that shit started to get small. Like I'm like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. I want to go into the story, and then we're gonna finish up and go right into the whatchamacallit. Let me just see.
Word.
Let's go this right quick.
Shit, who knows? There's probably songs I haven't. Yo, I got another story that's so wild. Like, all right, so there's a record I did with Billy Dance.
Billy.
MOP, right?
MOP. Shout out to MOP.
Shout out to MOP. Yo, you know how I heard this song, bro?
Shout out to DR. Period.
I had a gig in Switzerland, right? I had to do it. Actually, it was actually the day of my birthday. I want to say it was 2017. I think it was. And the funny shit was, as I got out of the airplane, and a car service picked me up. The crazy shit was, I heard my beat
In the car?
in the car with Billy Dance's verse on there.
Wow.
I was like, yo, that's my fucking beat. How the fuck it reached out here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm like, yo, what is this on? It's like, oh, it's on a radio or something like that. I was like, come on.
Probably was like satellite radio, something like that.
It's something like that, yeah.
Had to be.
So, you know, I'm like, cool. I know I got this gig, but the whole night, I was like, where the fuck did they get this beat from? And why am I hearing it here? I didn't even hear it in the US yet.
Right.
You know, so I did my research, and then come to find out, it was a guy that had a beat CD of mine. And once again, I think motherfuckers is bootlegging my shit. And
yo, that's crazy, because to really think about that, your beat CDs was really just floating around out there like that. I guess it'd be like that, but it's different when you hear your song or hear your beat to a song, and it's like, damn, like niggas ain't tell me, you know, I'm supposed to be included in that whole process. You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, bro, it was just crazy. Like, so it was just like, so that after that situation, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start tagging my shit now, because
right,
this shit's getting ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you get what you get in your publishing for those joints?
No.
At first, right?
Nah, at first, nah, because it was just like, what the fuck's going on? And then, not for nothing, that beat was probably like, I think it was like my first beat I did in Reason.
Damn, so it was old. It was an old joint too.
Yeah, it was an old
joint. But it was still hot though. Niggas still jacked it.
Is Reason still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's official too.
Okay,
it's official.
Because Reason was right after Fruity Loops, when it was called Fruity Loops.
Yeah, and still it's called FL.
No, it's nobody calls it Fruity Loops
no more. Yeah,
they call it FL Studio.
Nah, I say Fruity Loops.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
But you say Fruity Loops, but I'm just saying generally.
Yo, and now everybody's using Fruity Loops. That's the crazy shit. But
yeah, because like I said before, I was like, when it came out, motherfuckers that came up like you was looking down on that shit, because you know.
I was like, yo, man, what's up with all these motherfuckers using computers and shit, man? I'm like, damn, like, am I missing something? And then after I say, you know me, man, I say, yo, I gotta get up on that shit. I was just like, fuck, man. Like, because my thing, that's the key thing. You gotta adapt with the times too. Like, you know, like
you got, yeah, you could still like Primo's still gonna have the SP and shit like that, but he's gonna adapt to whatever else is new, and you're gonna use what works for you at the time, but you ain't gonna go too off the rails that it ain't what got you to where you at. You feel what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you something. The hardest thing I'd always tell people, which I always stuck with, was like, you know, like everybody could produce, but not everybody has their own sound.
Can't everybody produce though? Produce.
I mean, not everybody can produce.
Make beats. They
all right, so let me just say make beats. But like the difference with me was I had my own sound. So it was like, if you heard my joint, you know it was a static beat. You know what I'm saying? Because of the programming, and you know, I wasn't really like sampling like what everybody else was sampling. Like I had really dug for shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you did.
Right. You know,
here and there you get something that's out there.
Yeah. Like I wasn't like trying to flip membership, because at the end of the day, I was like, yo, I would flip this, but I know it's not gonna get cleared. Yeah. But just for shit and giggles, just to catch the people's ear.
That's what I would do. Right. My nigga, I would go, oh, that shit. Niggas don't know me now anyway.
Yeah. So fuck it. You know what I mean? But now in today's market, now like you know, you hear producers flipping everything. You know.
Yeah. Well.
I was flipping shit too. Like I flipped a lot of.
Sometimes you'd be surprised what you may be able to clear. Sometimes I think.
Well, so I heard a story like Bob James, for example, like the guy we just heard with all this. He was one of those dudes that, like, yo, if he didn't like the way it was flipped, he wasn't gonna let you use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's respectable.
No, absolutely.
That's respectable. Absolutely. It's not like it's not. It's like most people just be like, fuck, I don't care how you did it or what you did it for. You know what I mean? It's my shit. Like Prince was very like gun-ho about not having nobody sample his shit.
Oh, a lot of people were like
but
that.
People got away with it.
Not for, well, if he
some
found
people
out,
did.
Yeah.
Tupac had a couple of for samples and shit. Like certain people,
but I'm pretty sure he had to get it cleared though.
Yeah.
He had to get it
and
cleared.
Prince probably didn't own it. It was the whoever
Warner Brothers or some shit like that. Yeah, they want that money. They want that bread. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
So what you? So I mean, we went love of hip hop, love of the samples. You know, get into blends too. Like,
well, you know, before Static made beats, Static was also a DJ, still a DJ to this day.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me, and I know I might be biased, I may not, but I think to me, like a lot of DJs, you know, producers now that came from a DJ background, they just know how to produce records because they know how to read people when they DJ, when they do these parties.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, for me, it was just like, okay, cool. I have to make something where I know that people's ears will gravitate to. Or also, and for me now, even producing now, like I'm very big on like picking sounds and stuff that people don't hear, especially like the different frequencies as well. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff plays a big role of my production. You know, like you know, it's like certain keys you play that people just be like, yo, what's that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just certain sounds, certain keys that you play that it does something to a person's ear when they hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's very big, like as far as that. So I used to always think about frequencies and, you know, like the special, like certain keys to play and all this other stuff. So yeah, I always try to push the envelope. And also I also studied like different like keyboardists, basses, all that stuff. I was very big into that, you know. So that actually helped a lot as far as production. But yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's so like you're not just because when I met you, you was a DJ. You're still a DJ, obviously, but a lot of times DJs get when you start getting into production, a lot of that shit gets misconstrued or switched up because how it looks or what you're putting more of your time into.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think now you're showcased more as a DJ more than what I seen you as coming up because we were heavy into producing and beat making and production and shit like that. So I think that might have been your focus at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so, now it's a good blend of everything, not to pun on it, but it's a good
so I'm gonna tell you the reason now, because now like I do remixes as well. I call it re-swings. Right. So shout out to my man SP the Soul Prophet. He gave me the idea of like, yo, so start re-swinging shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't just me just taking two records and, you know, blended together. It was just more like changing the vibe of the music. So if it was like an artist, like for example, when I played you that Chris Brown joint, like if you hear the original, it's nothing like what I remix. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not even a
different song.
Right, it's like a total different song.
It gives a whole different feel to it.
Right. So you know, the reason what got me there was because after a while, I got tired of. I ain't gonna front. I got tired of working with artists, and I'm not gonna hold you. You know, I got because you know, think about it, everybody wants to work, but no one wants to put in the time.
And everybody wants to be that nigga that don't want to do the work.
So it's like, yo, you know, if I ask you like, yo, what's up with the song? Yo, I'm gonna get to it or this other shit, and I just like, yo, man, you know, I'm tired of waiting on people because I just didn't like waiting on people for shit.
Got you.
So I just said, fuck that. I'm just gonna start doing remixes.
And how has that been working? Like, was that an Anthony Hamilton?
Always work.
So just recently, Anthony Hamilton released this song Queen, and I just said, you know, I decided like, I'm gonna remix it. You know, throw it out there, see what happens. Whether if I win or lose, I don't care. But I just want to show people that it could be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was my rendition of it? So, and I ain't gonna front, man. It basically now it's to the point that I'm actually reproducing a record because the acapella is there, and now we have things we can isolate vocals out of anything.
Out of anything now. Right. Take it right out.
And just put your own production to it. So I was just like, yo, fuck it. I'm gonna just run with it. You know, and then from then on I started like putting videos to it and then just started posting on Instagram and like, you know, the more I was doing it for 2 years before everybody got caught up to it, and then like I want to say last year, or the year before, one time I posted something and Jazzy Jeff saw it, and he played it on his show, and that's when stuff started catapulting, and then Law Finesse also played a couple of my remixes on his show.
Okay.
And then so when I go on tour, I just be playing my remixes before the show starts. And that's how like, you know, I was just like, fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do for now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And talking about tour, I was about to get to that because you just was on tour with Mortal Technique not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Mortal
Cool
Technique.
Poison Pen. Who else was there?
Swave Sever.
Swave. Shout out Swave, my nigga,
Swave,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Swave.
Last time I seen Swave was somewhere in Harlem, that nigga.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Shout out Swave. I gotta get you up here too, brother. Whenever you have time, we gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
Definitely got mad shit to talk about. Swave. Damn. Also, Breeze, I'm trying to get up here.
Oh, well, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Shout out to Breeze Everflowing. I'm gonna tell you something. That's one guy that, you know what I'm saying, he's the reason why y'all hear a Static now, because
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna tell you why, because so what happened was at the time, I used to work at this spot called Delia's down on West 4th.
Okay.
And remember the basketball court on West 4th?
Yeah, I know, right.
So he used to work in that park. So I used to I met him in Baruch College because he was freestyling at Baruch College. I was like, yo, this dude is nasty. So I gotta work with this guy. I gotta figure something out. So then, you know, I used to make my beat tapes, and I used to go down the 4th Street, and I would run into him like, yo, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. And I'll say, yo, look, here's my tape. Listen to it. So one day, I just walked by, and he saw me. He was like, yo, Static, yo, what's up? I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, man, I heard some joints. Just keep at it. I was like, all right, cool. So then I kept hitting him with another beat tape.
Okay.
So I think the 3rd or the 4th beat tape I gave him, he was like, yo, listen, I want to use 2 of these joints, and I want to put out a single. And I always wanted my production to be on wax. So he's the reason why my shit got on wax, and that's when we came up with the song Profile. And then yeah, he took like 3 beats, and all those songs was like on one single. And from then on, I started DJing for him, going to Boston and everything, and doing more production. Yeah, you know Boston. So, you know, so from there, it was just like, yo, he would always co-sign me. You know, every time he did a song, he always like added my name. So it was just like, wow, okay, I definitely got to stick with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Stronghold.
Stronghold. So shout out to Breeze, and because of Breeze, that's how I met Penn. That's how I met everybody from Stronghold, and you know, I became their DJ, and was just making beats.
That's it. Look, shout out to Breeze Everflowing, brother.
Shout out to Breeze. You know
that man is. I remember meeting him and having talks with him. Like he's a good dude, great artist,
and he still got it.
He's still putting shit out.
Yeah,
still ill with that pen, both pens, because he's an artist.
He's he
like draws comics and shit. Like the nigga ill. Like
yo, you know what's so special about Breeze though? What's so special about Breeze? Like, and it's something I noticed about him that I found it very unique. So every time he used to write his verse, he used to always draw a character.
Right? Like the go with the verse that
so basically he'll write the verse and draw the character. So if he ever forgets his verse, he'll look at the character and then the words start coming to him.
That's crazy. That's wild, yo. Breeze.
Breeze, if you're watching this,
yo, I'm gonna tag him. It's all right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And and you know, Breeze was killing it, man. Not for nothing. He was killing it like in the battles and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
So there was a time where you couldn't be in the city and not hear Stronghold. You couldn't go around without hearing Stronghold. Like, and Breeze was one of those dudes. You know what I mean? Like, and shout out to everybody else in Stronghold. You know what I mean? I might forget the names and shit, but I always remember the faces. And shit like that. No. Also, we're gonna get to Baltimore in a minute to cap it off. But before then, also know you with the tour. Wasn't Chino involved?
Shout out to Chino, R.I.P. Chino.
R.I.P. to Chino XL.
R.I.P. to Chino. So I met Chino when I went to LA with Tech, and me and him, we was cool, and he was definitely a fan of my music too. Like, it was crazy. So it was an honor for him to hop on a few joints that I did, and
that's crazy.
it's like, you know, to be around legends and them like
just accept
fuck
you.
with you.
Yeah, just the fuck. Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and of course you're older, you're very much out of that immature type of mind thinking, but you were always just a dude, just really to yourself, really just trying to figure out how can I better myself and shit. And you come across these legendary people that you grew up listening to, and they just accept you like family and friends, and you know what I mean?
Because they
what,
can see you where you really are, because you at that pure stage where you're just like kind of like, all right, this is what I do, but I'm in awe right now.
Yeah.
I'm
like honestly,
y'all.
like honestly,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when I meet Red, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I'm not gonna say shit. Just cause, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fuck.
And you know this, and you know, we could, you know, shout out to everybody, but you know, like, even when I was on tour, like the last tour, like last big tour we was at, like 2019. While I was on tour, I was making beats while I was on tour. So it was just like, when we got on the bus, yo, I used to stay in my bunk, had the laptop, and start making beats. Like, you would not hear nothing from me. So there was times that people was looking for me, like, yo, where the fuck is Static at?
That nigga cooking up.
I'm cooking up till we get to the next show. And then
when did you let niggas hear some shit? Like later on?
Nah,
not at all.
Nah. So what I did was, usually what I do when we had sound check, that's why I test out the beats that I made.
Oh,
yeah,
slick son of a bitch. Yo, what the fuck? When you do that? The other night, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah. So it was just like, when people saw that about me, it was like, yo, this dude is on his shit. Like, you know, I didn't get with the, you know, I was just more or less just still on my craft no matter what. Like, any downtime I had, I was just like making music. Like, you know, we'll get to the city, get out, shower, you know, do the rehearsal, and you know, after that, before we had the show, I used to play my beats on sound check, and that's when my was like, yo, wait, when you did this shit? So after the tour was done and everything, I took all those beats, put it as a compilation, and I put it out. It's called Tour Afterlife. It's available on iTunes. And yeah, so it was like, the titles would tell you like what I was going through.
Yeah, okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I had this skit called I forgot what it's called. I think it was like no more IHOP, because I was sick and tired of IHOP, bro. Every time we stopped somewhere, we had to have IHOP. And I was like, I felt like they were sponsoring this tour. And I was like, yo, I'm sick and tired. Like, when I got off the tour, I was like, yo, I do not want to see another IHOP ever again. You know what I mean? So yeah, that beat tape, that was like the last beat tape I put out. And I don't know, every time I listen to it, it just brings me back to that time where I was on tour, and I was just like, you know, and then it's crazy because like, people done took that beat, made songs out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool, man. You know, so I've always, like, I always tell people, man, you know, I'm always a student. Even though people look at me as a teacher, but I'm constantly a student.
Well, you never really took someone under. I've never seen you took someone strictly under your wing. You might have done it on some, you know, learning, passing shit.
Yeah,
but you've always been like, yeah, I'm a continuously
on the search for knowledge.
Yeah. Kung Fu, nigga.
That's how you gotta live.
Still, I would say still sharp and still. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I always tell people, for you to get nice, you gotta be around dudes that's nice.
That's true.
You know
that is true.
Like,
yep.
That's a big thing. So I'm very grateful for the opportunities I had to, like, go on tour and meet. Even when I met KRS-One on tour in UK. And I always had like a thumb drive ready. So I knew if I was gonna meet up with him, I gave him a thumb drive. Next thing you know, his wife hit me up, was like, yo, man, we like what we heard. He already cut like 2-3 records to it. And that was it. And then actually at one point, KRS-One took me as his DJ. I was DJing for KRS-One at a couple of shows. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to him, shout out to Simone.
Shout out to KS1. That's crazy.
It's like, yeah, like being around like legends. It was just like, wow. Like, I would have never thought, you know what I mean? If you would have told me this like a couple of years ago, I would have been like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. So let me cap it off with this story. We've done this story before, but now I got actual proof. So so you can understand this. So real quick, make sure everything is copacetic. Yeah, we got it. Make sure I'm timing everything. So the story goes, first of all, like I said, we came there. I remember we came to your crib because I remember off Tremont and shit. You know what I mean? Came to your house one day because we used to go there to either play beats, get beats, or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So came there one day, and I remember it was on some really last minute shit where we was like, "Yo, motherfuckers is going to perform in Boston." You know what I mean? Because Adrian had put it together and shit like that. And we rode with you because we was at your crib. It wasn't like that. I think somebody left his car and we rode with you. And what was it, like 2 hours up or some shit like that? Well, no, Boston is 5.
3,
5.
4.
Nah,
Yeah,
I was a beast, yo. That's why
That's
I got
5.
That's why we did that shit quickly. I was driving, man. We got there like in 3.5 hours.
Okay, well, that nigga was trying to get another ticket.
We going right now. We out.
Yeah, we was out.
Nigga, we went to Boston, yeah, so 3.5 hours. We got there, it was late. I remember it was late. And that was it performances that night or the next?
No, it was performances.
Oh, it was for the whole night. It was for the whole night. We stayed,
yeah,
we stayed over. Yeah, so we got there at night. There was performances. I don't even remember if I rocked. Maybe I rocked one song with somebody. I don't know. Niggas.
Wait, this shit happened in Tough University.
Yeah, tough.
Wow.
Tough.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Angie going there at the time?
Angie was going in.
Yeah. So I remember he had that connection. So he got us all up in there when it was Tiger Entertainment. Tiger Entertainment. I talked to him about it. The tiger and the lion. What was it? It was like a mix of animals or some shit.
Something like that.
Yo, Adrian, just him coming up with that, especially back then. It's like, how do you fucking come up with that shit, yo? But Tiger Entertainment, we went there. We performed or whatever. The shorties there, niggas is in rooms and shit, whatever the fuck. So
and it was a party after.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was we performed. It was a party after and shit like that. It was wild. So the next morning, you're taking us back, and on a ride back, I don't know what convinced him, but the nigga just kept on saying, "Yo, we gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go get Coming to America. I gotta go get because we had to get it from like a Blockbuster or some kind of video store. You had to get the tape."
Right, yeah.
So we're in the car. I remember we're on the highway, and you're talking about this. Like it must have just popped in your head how you want to flip this shit.
Oh, so yeah. So I had the idea in my mind, so I was just driving back, and I was just saying, man, fuck that. We gotta get back to New York because I gotta flip this shit. I was like, yo, we gotta find a way.
And I think we're only on it because we were there, right? Realistically, we're only on this song because we were there when he came up with this idea. It would have just been
everything's on the spot.
So you get literally we come from Boston, we go to his crib, he gets the tape, he makes the beat in front of us, right? Yeah. And we write our verses
on the spot,
right there on the spot, right? This is the origin of the Dipset song "What's Really Good," right? There's two versions of it: his original version and the version they had to redo because they couldn't clear that shit, I guess. And they both versions have DMX doing the hook.
Yeah,
I think both versions had DMX.
They did.
Yeah.
So our version of the song wasn't called "What's Really Good." It was called "Worst of Worst Worlds." Yo, it was called. Look at that nigga.
Yeah, it was called what?
The Worst of Worst World.
Yo,
you still got that record?
I'm gonna play it right now.
Get the fuck out of here. He has this shit.
I have this record right now.
Wow, yo.
That's why I was like, I need to cue this up. I had to find it. I gotta get this on digital.
Yo, that's crazy, yo. The Coming to America joint. Wow, yo. This is crazy. It's like taking me back, bro.
Hold on. Where we at? Playing? Play it. Here we go. I'm shaking everything up.
Yo, I can't believe this. I can't believe this dude got this.
Welcome to the worst worlds. Give up the goods, give me your cash, hands in the air, checking your ass. My 9 to 5, 24/7, skimming it off, repeating the sound. Take your girl, tired of hating it, find the job, she almost pregnant. My sons are young, my guns are young. Look at the play, they have it fun. I'm sick of your face, you sick of mine. Rip up the place, forget a crime. 16 outdoors on the blind. You do this dumb shit all the time. You po-po, who got you in the chokehold? There's no pause in. Don't forget the logo was called in. Who are you? Who am I? What the fuck? Where am I don't know. You don't know. Wow. This right here's beautiful. I get the girls. I get the cash. They fuck with us. Give them a half. You daring who? I'm daring you. What? I ain't scared of you. That's himself. Well, what you gonna do? Assess yourself? Hell, I would if I were you. See you in hell. Wow. Hey, I'm going to back away now. I'm warning you. The guards say guns of attackers. Why they said I'm metal detectors. Kill when it's unnecessary. Love to help the cemetery. Always trying to get it poppin', especially when it's finger popping. Always want the liquor popping. Loads not no condoms popping. Who are you? Who am I? What the fuck? Where am I don't know. You don't know. This right here's beautiful. I get the girls. I get the cash. They fuck with us. Rip them in half. You daring who? I'm daring you. What? I ain't scared of you. Yo. I'm training her, I'm gaming her. I just came at her. I flipped it, kick a chick. How a hoe be sick of dick. Bet you won't kill me now. Can't stop this info out.
It's the B.O.O. I forgot. Ran out of bullets, so you a shot. Go in the store, hold up the spot. I'll look out while I go get the cops' immune system. What if germs come to the light? Bet you it burns. Tell me, students, what have you learned? I'll kick your ass when I return. Who are you? Who am I? What the fuck? Where am I?
I need to do this on the mic.
You don't know. This right here's beautiful. I get the girls. I get the cash. They fuck with us. Rip them in half. You daring who? I'm daring you. What? I ain't scared of you.
Wow.
So when I tell you a story about how I'm a part of fucking history, this nigga's a part of fucking history.
Wow.
I'm not lying. What's really good came because he had this idea on the way from Boston to put this together. We were the MCs at the time there. We made the song, What's Really Good. After that, I think we performed it maybe one or twice. A couple times. And you as a producer sent the beat to who?
Rockefeller.
You sent it to Rockefeller. At the time, who was on Rockefeller?
Dipset.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
Dipset.
how long? What the time frame? Like a month? A couple months?
Like a couple of months.
Couple months, and then What's Really Good is on a mixtape. And I heard that shit. And when I heard that shit, I was like, wait a minute.
So they stole. They didn't use my version. They got somebody else to remake it.
Yeah, they remade it.
Okay.
But
they got the idea because of you.
Yeah, because these motherfuckers, what they used to do is they had no bullshit. Like they used to get BCDs from different producers, and then they had their in-house producer. They was like, yo, you know, we just flip this. Fuck the other guy. We're gonna flip this.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So that's your story.
That shit is crazy, yo. The fact that you played that for me is crazy.
I had to find that shit. The other one I have too. I just gotta. I didn't have that CD prepped up, but I'm gonna get that too later.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, you need a copy. I gotta get that on digital.
Yeah.
That's my plan. Getting that shit, getting all this old shit on digital and shit.
That's crazy.
And what year was that?
That was we went to Tufts 04, 05, 06.
Yeah, it was like 04, 05.
04, 05.
It sounded like, and not for nothing, that's like 20 years ago.
It's 20 years ago. That song is 20 years ago.
20 years ago. That 04, 05, 06.
Oh yeah, I was such
heavy those years.
Damn, it's probably called Worse and Worse Worlds because of me. Because I was just like, well, what's negative that I could call it?
Yo, you are smart, bro. Yo,
it was
crazy.
It was a time there was a time where really we could have been on our like new Red and Meth shit, but you know,
yeah. At the
everybody
time,
told us like that's the way it was. Well, you know, shit happens. Hey.
Right. Well, you know, that happens. Life happens.
Yeah.
And kids happen.
Yeah. Yeah. All that
You know what I'm
happens.
saying?
Everything happens.
Everything happens on that, but I just wanted to clarify that, and I want to thank you because there was a lot of times that I knew I wasn't the dude that was. I don't know. Now you sent me a couple beats. Some of the beats I didn't really work with, but it was a lot of times that I knew I was like a gamble to fuck with because I was just really emotional and angry at that time, and I might not have been the best bet, but I did do a record on your beat later on. That was
yes, you did.
The ballroom record that I put. Yeah. So that just kind of happened out of the blue, but I fuck with it. But I want to thank you, man. That's history.
Thank you. Shit, man, I'm still bugging out off that joint, yo.
Yeah.
Like
right
wow.
Like, I had to find it, yo. I got mad. That CD on there has old random like Smarty records on it. So the records we have together is on there. All that shit is on that shit.
Damn, I remember the first record I did with Smarty was that In and Out joint.
I got that.
You got that shit?
It's on one of them CDs. So in it and out it.
These those.
Yo, man. You want me to? Yo, don't have me play this shit and find some shit, my nigga. Like I'll play this shit. I don't even know.
It's like so much shit. Like yo, I don't know if whoever's watching, yo, but this is shit that it's very rare that you hear shit like this from me because this is like old static. Like
they know how to call.
This shit right here.
But they have no idea. Yeah. Smarty.
Wow, that's it.
Go in it, then out it. Go in, now out.
This was supposed to be it.
Shorty, Smarty don't like to party. Shorty, Smarty don't like no ball. You like me, I got evidence. Look at my dick, see the fingerprints. Shake it over here now, break it over here now. We got to get
Take it over here now.
Why would he beat on you, sugar? And why would he cheat on you, sugar? Oh, the price went up, sugar. $50 for a sucker. You ain't that sexy, you ain't that cute. I ain't that desperate.
Ma,
look at you.
If you got a man, why you dance like that?
Wow.
Trying to get you shot by a car.
Mo, we had records. It was records. I'm about to. Well, while we got TikTok, I'm about to put Elmo back out.
A word?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all them on digital so I can put all this shit out.
Oh, that's dope.
This was a record. I was like, oh, you got this shit. This shit with MOP, not the MOP.
Oh, yeah, Beat the Parents joint.
What's the one he has the MOP ad-libs? I don't know if you made it.
Yeah, that was the Meet the Parents flip.
It was a Meet the Parents flip. Oh!
That was Meet the Parents.
The white girls always trying to run
Gang.
Same reason guys trying to run train. Girls with guys with good heads on the shoulders. Guys with girls with good heads.
It's over.
Shorty said I'm lucky.
Wow.
She full of luck in me. Full of luck mine. Full of luck who? Full of luck me. Now full of luck you. In the party, y'all sexy.
Wow.
Somebody probably got in the room.
Damn, yo.
That shit different.
It is.
That's 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
He made this one.
I didn't make that one.
No, that might be off the PlayStation. I think he had a couple records off. That was
Steve.
That's Steve, right? So wait, so Steve. No, his whole sound was that.
Yeah.
His whole sound was he knew the whole Neptune sound in like 04.
Right.
He knew it. So like if you needed a Neptune beat but couldn't get Pharrell,
that was him. Yeah. Nah, he was big on that shit.
I was like, yo, bro, it's so many records. And I mean, I don't talk to him or whatever, but my thing is I always was like, yo, you got mad joints.
He did.
Just put them out or do something with them.
He did.
Yeah, it's mad records.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Like, one thing about my sound was it was very unpredictable.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one record didn't sound like the other record.
And also, you're with a different. If you're with a different artist, you're approaching it in a manner that's not just what you would normally do. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you're trying to get that personality and attached to that. Like the In and Out, that joint, that loop, I was like, yo.
Yeah, that shit, that In and Out shit,
Bro, that was the record. I don't know, yo.
That shit is crazy.
Yo, it took me like 15 minutes to make that beat.
I believe it.
Wow.
That was a loop, right?
It was that easy.
It was a loop, but bro.
Yeah, that joint. Yeah, I forgot what
you got it.
Yo, I can't hold you. Yo, you was asking, yo, what you get that sample from? I have no idea.
It sounded like some old Michael shit. It sounded like some old like 70s.
Yeah, it was different. Like, and that was my big thing. My thing was, and once again, it goes back to what I say. Like, I always like to pick something that was like different, and the frequency was different. It was like, see, like when you heard that record, it's like no one's never heard that record. Like no one's never sampled it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you hear it, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck is that?
Nah, because when we first heard it, I was like, what? What? You mean like this shit goes like off rip, and the hook and everything work. Yeah, like, bro, it like that's why that's a lot of times like even when I was in Harlem and I was like producing in Harlem after the whole Elmo thing and trying to get my foot in there, the kids that was doing their shit, I used to go ham towards them because my mind is already in a different place musically.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, y'all don't understand where I come from and what I already come from. So I'm trying to put that into their minds. But you know, that's all whatchamacallit. But that happens, man.
Yeah. Damn, yo.
I told you I got a couple of those joints. I had to see which CDs worked and not, but yeah, definitely got to get it digitized so I could have it out here because you can't do nothing with these guys. I can't even put it on a laptop. Like, the shit can't do nothing with those. I know you got some old CDs. You got cassettes, of course. I know you got to have some old shit. Some old, like, where's that beat?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I still have the MP for all those beats, but I don't know if all of them are
with the cards and all that shit.
The zip disc and the floppies.
Yeah.
I remember that beat took like that In and Out joint took like 2 floppy discs. I had to load one up.
Well, you had the drum. You had the drum and the percussion and everything on, because that's pretty much a loop, right?
Yeah, that was.
So you ain't really breaking nothing down with that.
No, I did. I had to.
Oh,
I had to in order for it to kind of like, because sometimes when you loop, sometimes that would drift.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just basically you have to like chop it to where it just looped
right.
Yeah. So yeah, I that, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like looping, and I tell anybody this. People say, "Yo, looping's whack." Blah, blah. I'm like, no, looping is a fucking art, yo. That shit.
It's the loop and how you do it.
And how you do it.
It's the loop and how you do it, because you can't just do it. You can loop anything, but it ain't going to hit the way it's supposed to hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why Diddy looped a lot of shit that worked.
Yeah.
Even RZA looped a lot of shit that worked. That was just like, all right, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's just about, they say that's like the easy man out as far as like the production. First of all, your production and the beat making or production comes from your ear. You got to know what's going to work, how it's going to work, what works with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? For you to even get to that point.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, that itself, you know, chopping is one thing. Chopping is like, that's another art too.
Yeah.
But like, it was just the whole thing of mastering different parts of making music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it was like, once I felt like I've mastered that, I had to achieve something else. I had to do something else. That's why I was like, yo, I was never content. I always be like, yeah, that was cool, but I'm gonna make some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because it's like, you only as good as your last joint.
Your last joint. You're right about that.
You gotta keep working.
You gotta keep working, man. So, you know.
Let's get into some current events right quick. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
All right, top of the list.
Oh man, well,
we got Will Smith.
Oh, I put Will Smith down because I think after he smacked Chris Rock, he got his hip hop mojo back. That nigga's been rapping. Nah, I think that's what's happening, yo. Like he's on a run. Let's be clear. He's on a run. He actually did an interview. I seen it with Big Boy, and he mentions the Oscars and how he's subliminally kind of said like after that incident he got like a little buzz to get like back in the booth like doing what he's doing right now.
Teach his own.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, listen. I shout out to him. He's been through a lot.
Don't fuck up no money, nigga.
Don't
fuck up no money, nigga.
Fuck my money, but listen, man, shout out to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's definitely a legend. He's done a lot, and life gets in the way.
Okay.
I can't take Will Smith as a rapper after I don't know. I forgot when.
What, Miami? What the fuck are you
Yo, bro, if you think about it, right? So you know who Ghost wrote Summertime?
Who did? I never.
No, he said he didn't go through it. He said he didn't do that. You talking about Rakim, right? You talking about the whole Rakim story?
You mean to tell me that you don't think Rakim wrote that?
They play off. No, he said that he tried to sound like Rakim on it, but they have a thing where he talks to Rakim. He says they didn't do it.
He ain't
Rakim. Why wouldn't Rakim just say it? Nah. He honestly said that he tried to approach it in a Rakim type voice, and that's what it is. Here it is. Yo,
I just hear Rakim's voice when
you do.
It's like it's crazy. Like, yo, you
especially because, not to cut you off, especially because the Will Smith or the Fresh Prince you heard before that might have been a higher pitched, more animated version.
Yes.
So you tone him down, he might sound like on not
sound fake grown on
yeah. But it worked. It worked for the record. Come on, man.
That was a dope record. It's a dope record.
It's a classic record.
It's definitely a classic.
You know? Classic record. And that sample where he got like the whole how they made that shit is crazy because that beat.
No, it's definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
And still could play to now.
That's a forever song.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
But yeah, shout out to Will Smith. Shout out to Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, don't fuck up that baby.
Jazzy,
don't fuck up that baby.
Don't fuck up the baby.
Nah, he might need some. He might need some. You know what I mean? Some DJ Statics.
You know what? We just never know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying. Flip some old Will's Fresh shit. That's what I would do. Like play all that.
Thank you for putting.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, if anything, you know, I'll come up with some ideas.
You do.
Because niggas fuck with Will Smith like back in the day. With the niggas that know him as a rapper 1st, he had some joints back in the
day.
Yeah, he
right? Like the prices, he had to join on the Prices Right beat, right?
No, what was that? I'm mixing that up with the Gilligan's Island shit.
Oh yeah, that too.
I'm mixing that up.
That joint.
Yo, spit my Prices Right. I did flip that too.
Prices Right?
But you'll never know which part I took though.
Chopped it crazy.
Nah, it's not even. It's just a
that part where it gets ill at the end. That part. Because the first part is too easy to come off. So I was like, what part?
Hold on. What's my phone at?
Oh, you got it?
Nah, it's on that tour Afterlife beat tape.
Oh,
I called it Expensive Plus Tax.
Expensive Plus Tax. This nigga. So as soon as he said, see, that's producer brain. I'm like, all right. Yeah. What? Because I'm thinking, what would I fuck with too? Like, right. I'm like, that part is kind of ill. It gotta be that. You got something cooking right there.
Nah, I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, this is called Expensive Plus Tax is my price. That's what I called it. Actually, this is it. Right.
This is all the ending sounds. You got it. Yeah, you got. Did you do something? Did you do something to the sound or the sound? Yeah, okay.
Tweaked it.
Yeah, he tweaked it a little bit. But I knew it was in that area.
Yeah. Yo, that's on my tour Afterlife beat tape.
Go check that out.
Yes, but yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, that was like my childhood show. It used to come on at 11 a.m.
Oh, childhood show. Yeah.
But yeah, when you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah.
As producers, you just be thinking like, oh, what can I flip? Like,
yeah,
there's certain joints that you just be like, oh, I can't wait to flip that shit.
Yeah, it's mad shit I flipped that. I would have never flipped like when I was younger. Like what's the shit I flipped recently? Take on Me.
Yeah. I flipped that.
You flipped that too?
Yeah, I've been flipped that. You never heard my flip?
Nah.
Oh, I'm gonna let you hear it after this is on it.
Yeah,
I flipped it twice though. You probably did. I did the obvious Take on Me. Intro. I did the Take on Me part, but then there's two parts. There's another part that I flipped to. There's two of them. I have Take on Me, but Take on Me. I gotta take on me, and then it flips into the and all that other shit. But I know he probably showcases it a little bit, but then it goes into something else. Or does it sound like he's gonna play? There's a lot.
It's on the album. It's on the beat tape too.
Nah.
This
is not.
This is recent.
This is probably like
last month.
Two
weeks ago.
Nah.
2 months ago.
2
years ago.
Yeah, I want to say it was 2 years. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is it.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, mine is. Yeah, he changed it. Ooh. So you got the
yeah, he got the top.
Nah, he chopped it all in.
Hell yeah. Hey,
you watch him call it the acapella parts, and then you layered the other part. Okay, because I'm like, how is he get? You got the high pitch Take on Me. Yeah, I'm gonna let you hear my version though. Yeah,
that shit's stupid.
See, but you don't understand. Even when he's not trying, this is beat battle mode too. Like it's easily a beat battle mode because of your transitions.
Yeah,
because of the transitions.
You could just say that shit play.
Nah, because I was really big in programming. Because I'm gonna tell you something. One thing that I had the advantage of was, okay, you know how you make a beat, but you just let it rock, right?
Yeah.
After a while, if you hear a beat for 1 minute, let it rock, you like, okay, I want to turn it off.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I do to make it interesting to keep the person
like still involved in it?
So that's why to me, like programming was a big thing for me. Like a lot of producers, like my boy Dub, like we talked about that a lot. Like because we listened to a lot of beat tapes from legends like Buck Wild, who else? Easy LP, High Tech. Well, we had beat tapes that we listened to that never came out.
Right.
So it was just like, yeah, these motherfuckers be programmed. Like Pete Rock be programming his shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yeah, you know what? Even if the beat is simple, at least throw a drop or something.
Throw a drop on there.
You know what I'm saying? Because So someone
said, those joints that catch people ear too. You never know.
So the reason why I program, so now it's like someone said it best. Someone told me the other day, it's like, yo, not for nothing. When I listen to your beats, it sounds like you're actually writing a verse. Because I always program it for 16 bars, but every bar was something different. And on the 8th bar, it had something going on, totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it goes back. So it was like basically I was.
He wouldn't just have his beats programmed in a simple format that like most producers or most beat makers would.
Right.
Whereas like this is the intro, maybe this is the hook part, or this is just a straight verse part. Then we go to the hook part and the straight verse, and then maybe on a fourth here and there, there'll be a change up, but it won't switch up from that unless you want it to.
Right.
And the difference, like you said, you made your beats more like a verse or like where it could switch up. Maybe in a jazz type of format where it could switch up a lot.
Right.
I think when I made my beats, for the most part, first of all, I like to give my beats personality. I want the beat to stand alone by itself without the the nigga that made it or not. I want you to hear that shit and be like, damn, I could just bump that shit whether it got words on it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And I also think like, yo, I'm thinking of like a movie scene in my head when I'm making it. Like this could be a chase scene. This is a scene where they're over here. Like that's how I'm thinking as I'm making the beat itself. So I wanted the beat to stand on its own without without Geppetto. I want it to be potent. You get the metaphor.
So it's funny. Like I don't know if you look at it as a producer. Like for me, like when I make joints, I think of colors.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once I'm done, I'll be like, yo, what color spectrum would this beat fit in? You know what I'm saying? Does it when I listen to the beat and I look at if I look at that red, is it giving me like that fiery, like, you know what I'm saying? Is it, or if it's black, is it something like dark, like, you know what I mean? So it's like every time I listen to beats, I think of colors.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I've done that. I haven't done that while I was making the beat, but as like listening back, I could be like, this is a velvet type of sound. Like I could get into that. Like that definitely happens. As I'm making it, I'm thinking of a scene, like a storyboard scene in my head of what this beat, and then also as a being an MC too. And a lot of times I was making the beats that I was rocking over. So I would sometimes I would make a beat and automatically come up with the hook as I'm going. Like I would come up with shit to it as I'm going and stuff like that. Because my whole mind was theatrical. Like let's make it a scene, something that catches your attention. Obviously, you know what I mean, shit like that. So I think we don't differ in that aspect. I think our approach to the actual beats were just the difference. Right. That basically was the difference.
Yeah.
Same kind of output and shit. What else we got here? ASAP Rocky. You think he's going to be all right? I think he might have some problems.
You know what? Tony Ayo said it best. He's never heard a case where someone see you shoot somebody and come to court and say you shot this person and they walk off. I've never heard that before, so I don't know. I mean, maybe a miracle can happen, but it doesn't look too good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He might have, I mean, you might have.
First of all, you got a question like, what the fuck was you doing with the gun? You know what I'm saying?
In the video, you see him holding a gun. Their thing is a prop gun or some kind of starter gun they're trying to say. It don't matter. If it propels any type of...
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, anytime
what's the difference between a starter gun?
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if you brandish it and it looks like a gun, I mean, you're going to still have the same reaction. I think if someone pull a gun on you, you're not thinking if it's fake or real. You know what I'm saying?
There's a gun in front
It's a gun for you. He brandished a gun. So even brandishing a gun on camera, that's going to get you time.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, maybe that plea deal with Lowe was looking kind of good at the time. That nigga just said, nah, I don't know what Rihanna's giving that nigga, but sheesh.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It's unfortunate, but it's always like when you doing good for yourself and something happens where
it's always out of the blue.
Right.
And for you to say I want to do it because it's going to mess up. Nah. As a man, I know you want to handle your own, but
I just think when you get to a certain level of
fame, he wasn't rapping. He was just like he was like a model. He was doing all types of other shit, clothing line.
Right. But I just feel like when you at a certain level, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things just got to change. Like you can't be doing the things that you used to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're famous now. Like, everybody knows. Everybody can spot you. Somebody's gonna spot you out.
Right. So it's just certain things like, okay, fine. At this point, you shouldn't be carrying a gun. You should have a bodyguard do that for you. You know what I mean? Like you at that level right now that you don't need to get caught up in that. You know, but
yeah,
that shit rough, man.
That shit. What is that? Trump? Oh, Trump is trying to get rid of all certain grants. Yeah, I guess I could do this.
Trump ain't hit the switch button.
You wasn't the Trump guy, obviously.
I mean, it
doesn't matter.
Let's put it this way. Sometimes you got to destroy and rebuild. I mean, shit. The shit that we were dealing with for the last 4 to 8 years it just hasn't worked. I mean, we still have inflation. You know, you know, and this whole thing with the immigration is like, how do you kick somebody out, but yet y'all basically immigrants too, in a sense, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we know that is going for the browner people because they're not going to get Eastern European,
right?
You know, immigrants that are out here,
right?
You know
No, I mean, what happened when you had people come from Ukraine?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Come to America, like y'all didn't give them that treatment. So
well, you know why? That's what that goes into the whole spectrum of them hiding under the blanketness of I'm white in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's basically how it goes. If you can't prove that, and there's other cultures that aren't white at all that still try to hide under that, but you know.
But it's just, I find it crazy because now you have the Latinos, they voted for Trump and now they kicking them out.
Yeah, that's the crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but see that then what's happening is you're gonna have you got I got Selena Gomez crying over the deportees. So you got people like that, and then I know other Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, and such that they don't give a fuck. They all cherry for Trump and what he got to do.
It all depends on your status, like
and what
kind
kind
of people they paperwork ain't right. That's why they getting snatched up out of here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if people got their green cards and birth certificate and social security, you know, like you're supposed to, then you ain't got a problem.
Yeah.
But if you've been here for a while and your shit ain't right, it's kind of like, you know, like eventually something's gonna happen. That's the point of getting your papers and all your, you know, everything
straight. Everything straight.
But you know what? One thing I'm not mad about him with this idea is they could get rid of IRS, yo. That would be so dope.
That's not gonna happen.
Is that a talking point?
Well, he's trying to like basically cut out the federal aspect of it because his goal is to like basically boost the economy.
You want to put paper in a lot of people.
You want to put paper in a lot of people's pockets, and I totally get that. And you know, because like I mean, I got a job, and you know, I make decent money. But then when I look at my check, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is Uncle Sam taking like at least like 40% of what you take? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, what are these taxes going to? You know what I'm saying? Then I saw him talking about like, yo, you know, they like some weird shit. $150 billion of condoms going to Hamas to make bombs and shit like that.
Condoms?
Yeah. So basically, you take condoms and they put stuff in it to make a bomb out of it.
Okay, like a balloon.
Yeah, like a
water balloon type
bomb. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the shit he said. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that's going on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I also think too. I think this is Trump's get back of what they had him go through.
Oh yeah, he's going to get a lot of get. He's going to do that.
Yeah,
and he also wants to put he wants to mark his spot as far as presidents too. As far as he wants to be known as a president that did certain shit. Like that's a lot of things. I think with him is we're used to seeing presidents say they're going to do shit and pretty much don't do it
shit,
or be lackluster. Right. The one thing I do have to say is he at least attempts or pretty much does it, or even if he doesn't does it, the Congress does it and he takes the whatchamacallit for the credit for it. So that's where I mean a lot of people got at me recently about the whole grants and you voted for Trump and and I'm like, well, I can't help what the fuck. Like to me, every president was always a white man that's gonna do for himself before he does for anybody else that I know. Like honestly.
That's a fact.
The only difference is he's showing the cards, and these niggas used to hide the cards and act like they wasn't playing against you when they were. Yeah. I know where he stands and where the certain people that is on his team stand. That's all I can say. Rather know your enemy than not know your enemy and somebody act like they're your friend and they really on some slick shit. So.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't. You can't.
It's been like what? How many days? Like 10 days, and he's already handling. Like,
on day one, he was on his bullshit.
Yeah. He was doing shit before, well, the whole TikTok thing, but he was trying to get shit moving right before he got in there.
I don't know, man. The talk of politics be making me sick.
Yeah, especially as I think it's black. Like, why are we so political now? We wasn't this political until Barack. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Fact,
we wasn't that political and on it like we were until Barack came into play. Because even though we voted for like Clinton at points, or we didn't really vote for Bush or whatever, But Clinton, at that point, we still didn't showcase who he was talking about, who he's voting. It wasn't a talking point. Now everybody has to vote and say who you voting for. I came up in a time where you didn't talk about that.
Facts. Yeah.
You didn't talk about who you voted for, how old this woman was, and what God you prayed to. Like, that was the word. Like, you just didn't do shit. Now everybody got to talk about everything, shit like that.
Yeah, real.
American Airlines flight 5342. Now, this one is
what's the number of the flight again?
I think it's 5342. I think that's what it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm just thinking about the sequence of numbers.
Oh, 5342.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see. 5 times 3 is 8, and 4 times 2 is 6, and 8 times 6 is 14, right?
No.
8 times 6 is what?
48.
8
times 6.
Oh, times plus, I meant.
Yeah. I was like, hold on. I was like, huh?
Yo, you got me. You're right. I was like, wait, I got the whole shit. All right, whatever. We're not doing math up in this bitch. RIP to all the people that was involved in that flight. I'm not even gonna get on no conspiracy theory shit because a lot of people are on it way before me. I don't know what it is. From what I understand, it was some kind of military helicopter that was told to stand at a certain point, and at one point it excels, and then it hits the plane. I talked to Doc. Doc knew the people involved that were on the flight because he worked with them. They were from North Carolina, and I also knew another attendant that had just got off that plane before that incident happened. So that shit is crazy. So I'm not gonna go into conspiracy theory shit about it. It's sad. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's gonna have a lot of people like questioning whether they want to do flights, especially when there's a commercial flight. Sometimes you hear airplanes that be like the Lear, smaller jets and shit like that. But once you get into the commercial part of it, that's going to cause an issue. And because as of right now, there's another plane that went down in Philly.
Yeah, when I came in, he just now told me.
Yeah, I just told him.
Yeah.
So, and that shit looks like some kind of war zone because it went down in Philly, and I think it hit. You said it hit by like a mall area or some shit like that.
Real like domestic shit.
Yeah, and I don't know the reason for it coming down. They said something. I don't know if it was a malfunction, but I have to get more information on that. So RIP to the people involved in that. So you can see this year is starting off really crazy, and there was no. Well, Cat Williams did do an interview recently.
Yo, he got another one out?
He got another one with Theo, the white boy, Theo Vaughn or whatever his name is.
It's on YouTube or something?
Yeah, it's Theo Vaughn. And they talking some real high shit because I think he's smoking, and Theo Vaughn is like, you're like some like mystical creature or some shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm that. You'll know that by the end. Like, he's just talking his shit.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So Cat Williams does have a interview out. So let's see if that has anything to do with the rest of the world right now. But before we end this off, we did the origin of what's really good. So the Fall of Diddy documentary. Did you see that?
Nah, I need to see that. What's that on?
Well, there's first of all, there's like 5 or 6 Diddy documentaries, right? There's the Downfall was I seen, but there's one that's like a mini series one that's called The Fall of Diddy. It's a 2-parter, and then there's another 2-parter. I've seen 2 episodes of it. It got a lot of people that's on the downfall of Diddy that came up with him. It got a lot of people that had to deal with the I was about to say the Central Park 5 has to deal with the City College
Yes
incident, which I was going to City College, but I wasn't in school. My mom worked at City College.
Okay.
The lady she worked at City College, and I had to walk there from school. So when I used to walk there, I used to walk through the doors, and I would see the flowers and everything for the students. And I was like, maybe, what was that, 89, 90? I'm like 9, 10, whatever the fuck.
Right.
So I'm very out of it. But I remember that. And when I put 2 and 2 together, and then my sister went to that shit too. So it was a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit going on with that. But I remember it vaguely. I never knew till I got older that Puff had anything to do with it. Till I got older. Because I was in the mix of it. I ain't know all that shit.
Right.
So, but yeah, they got people from that area talking. It got a lot of people talking about Diddy, but basically it's just putting a cap on how he was very physical, especially towards certain females, his activities, and how he has a lot of bodies on him as far as like people getting caught up because of some shit he did. So, I have a Diddy story. Nah, no Diddy. Nah.
I mean, listen, there was one joint, nothing crazy like, big or anything like that, but when he was working on his album, the Biggie album.
Which one?
The Biggie, the remix album, the Biggie album.
Oh, the duets.
The duets, yeah. And
damn,
what's the time? Me and Charlemagne, shout out to Charlemagne, producer.
Okay. Not the God.
Not the God. So we went to the studio, we made like a couple of joints, and then he comes in and he's like, he got the camera crew with him, and
this is making a band, did he?
Yeah. And he was just like, he's selling the mix board. I pretend like he was mixing something, and he was mixing up beats, and then accidentally he just got up and we was just like, all right, y'all. So like some documentary he was working on.
Oh, so he went up there with the camera and he acted like he was doing shit. They filmed him while y'all was there actually doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't nowhere in the camera.
I know y'all probably in the background, but y'all was there doing what y'all was doing, and then he comes in, he takes over, he presents it, and then he's like, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only story I have, and that was it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You think all the stories that they say about him is pretty much
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
you can't have that many people saying the same shit.
Too much. Yeah.
You can't have that many people saying the same shit about you. Listen, I knew shit was wild when the nigga sent bottles to fucking Steve Stout. I was like, damn, this nigga. Because that's what I heard. I was like, this nigga hit the nigga with bottles and shit. Like, listen, I had to come up with a bar for the.
oh, man.
Real shit. Crazy.
No, I knew it was wild back then. But see, this is the thing, though. Real quick, we're going to get off this book. This is the thing. It's funny how off the surface, you would think Suge would be the real mastermind dude. But in a weird way, Suge shows you who he is, whether you like it or not.
Right.
Puff never did.
Right.
Puff hid behind a character and did all the crazy shit.
Right.
That's why when I say I like to know who I'm dealing with, I want the real person in front of me. I don't want a person acting like you're somebody else. Because now you could, you know what I mean? But
it's a lot of stories, man, and a lot of crazy shit in the industry, and I'm glad I was able to see
none of that shit.
Wasn't a part of that.
None of that shit.
Not involved.
Yeah. But once again, I want to thank y'all for having me on the podcast and
again
going through memory lane. And
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you came. When I seen you, I really didn't think because you had came before, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? What was your come back?
I mean, as far as like where to
come back here? No, just generally. You just.
I mean, whenever y'all want me back here, I come through. You
All
know
right,
what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate it.
Hopefully,
this is family right here.
Yeah.
This is definitely family right
hopefully
here.
Come back here. We have Phase and.
If we could do an episode like, I definitely need to have Phase. I'll chop it up with him. But if we could have, Phase
R&R.
I don't know. I don't know if R fucks with me.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Shout out to Working the Road.
Shout out to R&R. I just don't know. It could be because of certain other people or instances.
At the end of the day,
I'm just saying generally. I have no problem. Like I got mad shit to ask him because he got, and we came up in a similar whatchamacallit this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we could have that, if we could have certain of the producers, the MCs here, that would be a good episode. We'll throw it up in the air. Yeah. I'll edit that other shit out. Don't worry about it.
Oh, listen, I'm chilling. Right. I'm chilling, so you know.
I'll edit that shit out, man. I definitely will. We don't need this cause any other issues. You know what I mean? Because he know. Listen. It would be certain people's shows that I didn't fuck with, but I had to be there because of other people involved, and I would openly I'd just be attitude, and I'd be ready for shit to pop off. Mm-hmm. Like I'd cause an issue. Like I would go into the situation and cause an issue just because I didn't like the situation. Gotcha. So he knows that of me. I'm not
like in the crowd type shit.
I didn't give a fuck. Like it didn't matter if it was that. Wherever I was at, if I felt like I was disrespected in any manner or what's that word, or you like not shunned or whatever the case may be, outcast, I would definitely, especially if I was there, I would definitely cause. I remember I was at somebody's album mixtape release, and Snap was there. Shout out to Karen, she was there. And I was causing the big issue, and she kept on coming to me like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Da, 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 da. Yo, yeah. So I'm glad we all grown, at least.
Listen, man. Like I said, what you do in your 20s, you don't do in your 30s. What you do in your 40s,
you don't do in your
40s, like so on and so forth. So it's like as you get older, you know what I mean. I always say this: as you get older, things that you gave a fuck about before don't even fucking matter at this point.
No, I say I love being in my I don't give a fuck 40s.
Yeah.
It's really, really therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I say all the time, another episode, you know what I mean? We was here about 2.5. We went into a lot of things, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about a lot of stories. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to thank my guests. I want to thank my co-hosts. I want to thank all of you guys watching, you know what I mean, listening. And like I always like to say, you know what I mean? This is co-host with the most, always rolling up, always smoking that dope. Mr. 103, got anything to say to the P?
Oh man, great episode, man. Love the stories. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Oh yeah, he's an MC, man. He does his dizzle, like you know what I mean. I fuck with him because when we were, running all over the place, he was steady. You know what I mean, doing shows, doing songs, produce. You did production? I don't know if you did any production.
Not like,
but you done as far as like songs with other people and shit like that. Like he's a really grinder and shit. So like even to this day, so definitely. And you heard his production, so you know what the fuck he deals with. Like he's not no bullshit right here. You know what I mean? And my guest, you know what I mean, DJ Static.
Yes.
Appreciate you coming again, my brother.
No doubt, man.
Oh, also, before we go, because it wasn't on there, and I couldn't find the flyer, you got something coming up in February, something coming up. You was putting a flyer up on your Instagram story. It had like the Biggie pictures, it's like a graffiti shit.
Oh, that's so promote that. So March 22nd, I'll be in Brooklyn, showcasing for 9 minutes.
Okay.
So just show up, show love.
So we're just somewhere in Brooklyn.
I want to say it's in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but also
anything you got coming up?
Next Friday, I'm supposed to be at Rocket Soul.
Okay.
So I'll be there amongst a lot of producers there. We're gonna be showcasing.
Okay.
And then also February 19th is Law Finesse and the Motor Techniques birthday party.
Okay.
And I'll
shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And I'll be there and DJing alongside with DJ Boogie Blind. Shout out to Boogie Blind.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a fun, interesting time. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad to see another year on this earth.
That's what's up.
I'm
glad to that. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun time.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Another episode. Like I always say, this is the Unstoppable Almighty AWP Attention Horse podcast. And that's it, man. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt,
Another good episode in the can. You know what I mean?
No doubt, yo.
Go follow DJ Static on his showcases.
DJ Static 222.
Get all that information. Follow him.
Locked in.
Yeah.